Good evening, YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Welcome to the Arm Wrestling Buzz episode 43, the Valentine's Day special. We're all going to talk in a sexy voice tonight for our viewers. Now, hey guys, we got our special guest in the house, Lachlan Adair. He's got some big matches coming up when they go and talk about. We got the Arm Wrestling Buzz crew member, Israel Chavez. What's up, Israel? How you doing?
What's up, bro? What's up? How's it going?
Good. So, Lachlan, what is going on, bro? Know there's some big match coming up. We got King of Table 10 going down February 24th. But before we get
Yes.
into that, I want to just catch up with you, man. It's been a while and all, and want to hear
Mm.
about what's going on with training and this training camp. And I see, dude, holy shit, bro, you were looking jacked, stacked these days, man. That friggin' tattoo is gangster too, bro. I really like that for real. So, what's been good, bro? What's catch me up on everything? How's training?
Yeah,
How's
that's been good. Training has been methodical. Training has been uh you have those days you think you're not you're not going crazy hard all the time. You think you're not doing too well, and then you hit the table and you're like, oh, I'm killing everybody. I'm kind of used to doing that anyway, but there's like a range where everyone feels super easy all of a sudden. So yeah, training's been going real good. Heaps of focus on my hand. Just both roll and containment. So just really been focusing on that, and so far it's paying dividends.
can you give me some like exercises or like what's the main focus on the hand? Like how many times a week are you hitting it and all that?
Okay, yeah. So I train every other day. I don't like doing it every day. On those days, I will train twice a day, but I'll have an arm wrestling day in the morning, and I'll do my general stuff at night. So focusing a lot, much like Gomez, on your ultra grips and wrist pro, for a lot of that containment, and then just the other one that's been really beneficial is just isolating my pronator, like put my arm on a bench and just roll with my pronator only. So that gets done a fair bit. There's a couple other exercises that I share on my Instagram, but for the most part, I've simplified everything where exercises now I only rotate between I think eight or nine of them at the moment.
Can you give me your whole theory behind every other day training? Like what made you go that way and doing it twice a day and all? And then the days that you take off, is it really a rest day or are you doing something else for training?
So training days, the decision for every other day came down to recovery, which was the main thing, and the other was just me. I got wife, kids, and it was just a lot. I could kind of commit every other day and be like, hey, busy today. I've got to train twice, and then there's my off days where they know I'm just doing cardio or rehab, and it's only 20, 30 minutes or something like that. And it's not a huge drain on my time with the family. So that was part of the decision and breaking things up, like getting up really early in the morning to train before the kids were up, and then later on, once the kids were in bed, it just cut down the amount of time I was in the gym away from the kids.
Did you notice any kind of gains from doing that? Was there any change in as far as
Yeah, yeah.
yeah?
My recovery was great. Was the one thing I noticed, and I wasn't sure if that was down to the every other day training or the addition of cardio. But either way, it's been a really sustainable way for me to train.
Yeah, I like that, man, because I definitely noticed as I get older and all, throwing in a couple extra rest days, I definitely seen better gains and all. So definitely could see how that could work. Want to shout out to a bunch of the guys in the chat. We got Devin's Forum. What's up, Drew 24? Got 98, Josh Berger in the house. Adam, how you doing? Lawless Lucadors. We got Ivan Marrero. What's going on? He says, what's up, everyone? These are the podcasts we need. Love when it's high level athletes talking about arm wrestling. Thank you for that, Ivan. Appreciate that. And guys, if you can just hit that thumbs up button for me, help me out. And also, if you guys have any questions for Lachlan, I'll be paying attention to the chat. If I miss anything, Israel, definitely let us know about any questions the chat has. Want to get them all involved with this interview.
Hell yeah. So,
So,
Lachlan, I actually have a quick question for you.
So I know since
Mm.
you're coming up on your match, what's your table time looking like this far out from a match? How often are you getting on the table?
I've been getting on the table at least once a week at the moment. I tend not to go over that. A couple of extenuating circumstances might have me do two in a week, but generally, what table time looks like, a warm up, and then I've got to spend most of the time with an additional strap around my thumb, and then a second person to just apply pressure where I really want it. I do require that person to be quite intuitive and aware of the angles that I'm asking them for. But yeah, it's been really good.
Wow, so is that a new thing you're doing with the strap around the thumb? I'm guessing that's for like keeping your pronation more, activated throughout your pull, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this has been, you know, kind of struggling for years now with what happens when you're the strongest guy in your club. Um, and then you look at all the greats and you're like, well, they're the strongest. What are they doing different? And they're just adding straps and adding belts to different points of their hand and what have you. So um, interesting debate, though. I think that's why that makes heavyweights typically not as good arm wrestlers as the lightweights. The lightweights are much more technical. They have that opportunity to go against people who they are not as strong as.
Wow, that's crazy. So, it's true. I mean, I think, being that brute strength just makes it so that you don't need that technique. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the last time you got on the table, I imagine it was the video that Bowen posted of you guys on the table. Would
Mhm.
that be correct?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, man, you're looking ridiculous. I gotta say, you're always. I just noticed that every time you have a match coming up and it's getting close, you could just see your strength on those videos just go up and up and up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's part of my training. It's all taper, 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 taper. So yeah, it's
So
very methodical.
you stay generally pretty beat up until those times, huh? You're always training, being consistent.
Yeah.
We got a question in the chat from XZX, and he says, "How is Ryan Bowen feeling on the table? Any thoughts on his match versus Ron Beth?" And we all know he's got a big match coming up at the Arm Gods, March 23rd, Valhalla 3 over in Ireland. And yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Ryan Bowen versus Ron Beth.
I think it's a good match. I do think that Ryan's the underdog, but I think I think Ryan's got a couple like a couple lanes that I think he can really put the hurting on Ron and really burn him out early.
What do you
Now,
think?
after seeing the match with Lachlan Carpenter, does that kind of sway your opinion at all?
Nah, there was too many things going on that day that made that happen. What that match has done, or not that match, what the result of the tournament has done was they'll have a super match and we'll figure it out. But it's one of those things that there was lots of different factors at play here, so we can expect to see a super match between them on even playing field probably quite soon.
So you're saying that Bowen's definitely the favorite still in that match?
I'd say so. Yeah, yeah. Well, the people who know him and knew what was going on, well, yeah, still say that the Bowen's favorite.
Okay. And what do you think is key for Bowen to get the win that day against Ron? Is it like, is he gonna have to fight in the setup? Like any tricks that he could play that possibly could give Ron some problems?
Just has to win center and just continue to play on Ron's rotation, continue to put him on his bicep and blow his hand up. That would be my advice to Ron.
And how is Ryan looking these days as far as physical appearance? Because when I see him on video, he looks like he just keeps getting bigger and bigger, man.
Yeah, yeah, he's like 106 kilograms at the moment. So what's that in pounds? He's like 230,
Wow. He
235
he's
less,
definitely
233.
filled in, bro, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but we hopefully we'll see an improved Bowen now that he's said that he's going to stop working so much and focus on arm wrestling a bit more again. So we're all excited for that.
Does it
And
make
he's more than likely got RVJ, so he's got to get ready for that, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It was surprising about RBJ from what Ryan has said was how skinny RBJ's wrist is. I'm like, that's unusual. They build them thick down here in Australia because, like, Ryan's got a deceptively thick wrist. Mine's a little bit thicker, but most of us boys down here got thick wrists. I'm like for him to have proportionately like gray wrists, I thought that was very interesting. So,
Let me ask you: is the extra weight on Ryan, is that translating to the table for extra power and strength? Is he progressing big time with that?
well, he's kind of been around the same weight for a while now, but I'm not a huge believer in weight being a huge factor in arm wrestling, to be honest. I think it's good to feel energetic and recover and, be in a surplus. I think that's always good for building strength, but I do believe that it does come to a point of diminishing returns when your cardio really starts to drop off and you can't sustain it. You get someone who's the same strength but better conditioned. Well, they're just going to outstay you. So, I think there's a balance. I think he's probably approaching that quite soon. I think cardio would probably be the benefit.
Okay. We got a question from Drew 24. He says Lachlan prefers to have the toughest matches where he is the underdog. He's asking a question. Do you like to be the underdog in your matches?
I don't really mind, to be honest. I'll arm wrestle anyone. I don't really care. You put someone in front of me, and I'll just do my best to run through them.
Okay. All right. And so I want to get into now King of Table 10. We got a great card set up, and there's a couple matches I want to bring up before we get into your big match. And the first one is this big hype match going on between we got the Whisper ETN weight going against Auden Lorette. What do you first off, what do you think of this match, man? Because a lot of the haters out there are saying that they don't deserve to be on the top stage, and they're not on that skill level. So I want to get your thoughts on that.
I
Oh,
think
I'm sorry, Lachlan. I just want to welcome Pradeep into the room. How you doing, Pradeep?
Thanks, brother. I'm doing awesome. Please continue.
yeah. What do I think about that match? With regard to their opportunities, I mean, you're Devin Larratt's son. Like, what do you expect is going to happen, right? Like, of course, there's going to be opportunities given his way. It's in his blood. We talk about genetics all the time. Etienne, the Whisperer, has done his own thing in arm wrestling, and I think he's been a net positive. So why should he be on the high stage? Well, he's not on East West West, real kind of purist arm wrestling event where King of the Table does allow for a little bit more of the entertainment side of things, a little bit more for the audience side of things. So it makes sense that it's happening at King of the Table. Who do I think is going to win? I'm going to go with some rigidity of tendons and age. So I'll go with Etienne White, but I think it's going to be a scrap.
Okay, so you think that ETN has the advantage as far as with the tendons and all? Because hasn't Auden been arm wrestling his whole life practically?
Yeah, he has. He's young. That's why it's tricky. But like Etienne, he really puts his frame behind his elbow where Auden typically doesn't. He's usually top rolling, and yeah, he gets in and press, and he's a very impressive young man. But I think Etienne has had more practice really putting his frame and getting stuck in. So
Wow.
I think that's why it's an interesting match overall too.
What's your thoughts on that one, Pradeep?
As far as prediction goes, I think Orden should win that match just because of the size difference. I know Orden is also like 195 maximum. There's a maybe 20-25 pound difference. But the lever length, and he can king's move as well. So the best scenario for Etienne is he sucks him in a hook. So Etienne is not a tall guy. I can see a situation where he's going sideways and Orden is the in the most ugliest under the table king's move. So it could look somewhat like Khaled Jashel versus a schoolboy. That's how it can go if that's a close match. And Orden will be the Khaled Jashel of this match, who's under the table trying to crack that wrist. Still, I
Israel.
think he wins that match.
And
That's the best case situation for Etienne, I think.
and do you think this is a good thing for arm wrestling?
Yeah, I would guess so. I would guess so because we people like to complain. Like there's a big thing in Bollywood against nepotism these days. Like he's a Bollywood actor, famous. He got his his work done, and now he's involving his sons and daughters into Bollywood. I'm like, why wouldn't he? If there are some kind of limited vacancies where you can apply for, and then there is nepotism, maybe people can complain about it. But these super matches, it's a free world, man. It's a free world. A businessman wouldn't want his son to start all over. He kind of hands him over the things that he has done in the past. Same goes for arm wrestling. Devon has worked hard throughout his life. Why don't give those or pass on those benefits to their kids? I don't see anything wrong with that.
And as far
If
as
you're
with the
asking me, is the level high enough to be on King of the Table? No. Clearly, they are by far, like it's not even close, by far the lowest level athletes as far as the accomplishments and the strength level is concerned on the table. So that's a clear indication. So those people who are kind of saying that their level is not high enough, I can get a point, but I don't think we should complain about that.
See, I disagree with you on that one, Pradeep. Now, I agree with Lachlan was saying with as far as East versus West, as far as the level, that's got to be for the purists, the top arm wrestlers in our sport. King of Table is not going with that. They're going on height, man. They don't, there's no like rhyme or reason between their matches. They just like certain matches and they set them. So I think this is the perfect platform for this to happen. And I think this is what's needed to get non-arm wrestlers into our sport. And I think, to be honest, I think King of Table is more of an asset for us as arm wrestlers growing the sport, getting new eyes on the sport. East versus West, man, you get like my family and friends watching that. They don't know what's going on. They lose interest in 5 minutes with the fouls, and it's not interesting to a non-arm wrestler. King of Table, man, I think that's where it's at, and I think like a guy with the whisper, I mean, he's got probably the biggest non-arm wrestling following, even more than Devin. You know what I mean? Everybody that's following me. I mean, you got girls following him. Like, I can't even believe the people that are commenting. You're like, holy shit, this dude is exactly what we want part of the sport. Israel, what's your thoughts on the match? First off, prediction, and what's your thoughts overall on just having this match at King of Table?
Well, I think the match could be good. Auden seems like he's training like crazy. I've been seeing Devin's recent videos speaking on his training, and he could come in too strong that day. I think that's definitely a possibility. But ET does have more experience, I think, in like the pro arm wrestling world, and he will bring that to the table. In terms of them deserving the match and all the hype, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it's great for growing the sport. I think King of the Table, like you said, is perfect for that. It's a perfect platform to kind of throw in everyone who can just bring attention to the sport. And yeah, I mean, they just gotta keep it going. I think ET versus Auden is perfect.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And as far as the prediction, I'm going to go out and make my prediction right now. I'm going with Auden Lorette. I don't think it's going to even be close, man. I think Auden is on another level. I think he's training extremely hard. He's with his dad all the time. He's pretty much doing the same kind of training as him. And just like Pradeep was saying, I think it's two different sizes going on here. Auden's frame, I mean, he could easily hold 220. You know what I mean? I know he's young and he's like a puppy growing into his body and all, but ETN's a lot smaller, dude. I think he walks around in, high 150s, maybe hitting 160, So I think it's a big difference as far as weight. I think we're talking 30, 35 pounds. And I think Auden's levers and all are just going to be too much of a problem. And what sold it for me that I think Auden's going to be the real favorite was what he did to Adam Silver, and I think he kind of is going to do the same thing against ETN. Hope I'm wrong. I hope it's going to be a war back and forth, and I wish both athletes great luck. So, the other match I want to ask you about, Lachlan, and what is your thoughts on Matt Mask first, Derek Smith? Who do you think is the favorite?
Matt Mask has been on a roll. Derek has been on a break after a decline. So they're kind of at the same place they once were, but at different stages. Matt's obviously had a lot more experience of late, been really, really active. Derek has been dead quiet. Hard to tell. I'm going to give it to Matt just because of he's in really good form right now, and Derek's an unknown.
Yeah. Do you think that Because I mean, isn't Derek around like 300 pounds, or he might even be more than 300 pounds?
He's like 330 right now, I think.
Wow, 330. What is Matt at? What did Matt walk around like 250, Lachlan? Would you say something around there?
Yeah, 250, yeah.
So do you think that that's wow, that's 80 pounds. You don't think that is gonna be a play a big role in it? Or is Matt just, Matt's just so oversized and like big hands, big levers and all. So I mean, they're pretty close, probably hand size and all that. But what do you think, man? Is that gonna give Derek some sort of advantage that weight or not really?
It's hard to tell. Like, Matt Masters, I think in the ranking, Matt Masters ranked in the 250s or 242s, and Derek's the one up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like, I would assume that Matt Masters' hand is probably just too much for Derek, but yeah, Derek's a big dude. He's 6'7", 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
I think the
huge.
only guy bigger than him is Vitaly Leladin and maybe Alex Kadecha, but I think Derek's even bigger than Alex.
Speaking of
Yeah, Derek
Vitaly,
likes to.
no, go ahead, Lachlan. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, Derek likes to cook. It's weird. He's a big, strong guy, and I've never seen him top roll.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone on his team says that.
Uh,
He's like a big, strong guy who should be top rolling, and he just chooses to go into this hook.
yeah, it's strange.
I asked Derek, I messaged him, can you, bro, I think like in my mind, you may have a shot just by hooking Matt without the straps, just like Sandris did at East versus West. And he didn't reply. He's probably still pissed off about something that I said about him in the past.
You
So
know,
I think he has a shot. I don't see why Derek shouldn't be able to just hook Matt. People have done that. I know the caliber at East versus West is at a different level, but Derek's lever length is forearm length, and I think he has a shot of reaching forward. Even if Matt gets back, he should be able to hook him. Especially seeing he was able to prevent Tim Bresnan from slipping. I don't think Tim even slipped once against him. So why couldn't he do that to Matt?
I think it matters what Derek shows up that day, man, because I was at that one when he beat Tim Bresnan, and I remember just turning around and seeing this giant come sprinting in, screaming his head off like a lunatic. I'm like, oh my God, this dude was a beast, man. He was like total animal. But then I've also seen him come on in like East versus West and kind of be very timid and not really like didn't look like he was that same fire in him. So I really want to see him coming fired up and match Matt Mask energy, bro. I think that is the Derek Smith that has to show up that day to have a chance against Matt Mask. That's just my opinion. Let's move on to another big match, man. This one we all been waiting for on there, and that's the Bacho versus Reno. This one is like fireworks, and there's a lot of strong opinions on both sides, man. You listen to anybody in that Georgian camp, and they're like, "Oh, it's a mismatch. Bacho's gonna kill Reno. It's not even close." And then you hear from everybody else that's in Reno's camp, and it's the same thing with Reno. Like it's not even a match. What are you guys even setting this for? Reno's so much bigger than Bacho. So, Lachlan, man, what's your thoughts? And have you pulled both guys?
I
Any
haven't. I
after
haven't.
polls or anything?
No, I haven't. I think it's a pleasure for us arm wrestlers to be able to have such a match. I can't call it. I mean, logic dictates that Reno should have it, but Bacho is exceptional. So not something I would put money on. Definitely a match I would just be. I'm going to be over the moon that I'll be there to watch it.
Hell yeah. Israel, what's your thoughts? And who do you think's the favorite on this?
Yeah, I mean, what Lachlan said, it's going to be a crazy match. I think that these two guys I think they're both still under 20 or around 20. And to be at the level that they're at is pretty insane. I think Reno is a little bit more maybe refined and has more of that, elite level experience. But like, yeah, Bacho is a genetic freak. I mean, some of the lifts he's doing and, the way he's handled some of the people that we've seen him pull is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't know which way to go with it. I just remember having Reno on, and I kept asking him about the potential of this match. And he kept making it sound like that Bacho was a lot lighter than him, like he was a couple of weight classes under, and kind of like made it like, oh wow, Reno's gonna be the favorite in that. But when you hear the Georgians and all and them talk about it, they're like, dude, you have no idea. This dude Bacho is a genetic freak. Dude is just an animal that he's just gonna play with him. So yeah, I have no clue what to expect, but just like Lachlan said, man, I'm just happy this one's going down. I will have my popcorn ready and excited to see who comes out victorious on this one for sure. So another one that we got to make mention, man, is Coach Ray's got a big match, and he's going to be going against Robbie Karstandik. And Robbie's been doing a lot of big things. Just had a huge win. Who did he just beat? I forgot.
Rhoda Hoagland at Arm Wars, baby.
Oh man, that was big. That was huge. That put
Insane
Robbie
match.
on the map for everybody that didn't know him. Robbie's out of Louisiana, solid puller. Has been training with guys like Craig Toulier and top guys in the sport. He's definitely been around. So, how do you guys think this is going to go down, man? What's your thoughts? Do you have any idea about Lachlan? Do you know about Robbie Karstandik as a puller?
No, unfortunately, I don't know anything about him, but I know Coach Ray. So I'm going to go for Coach Ray by default, just because I don't know anything about Robbie. But I mean, I'm going to find out about Robbie. Apparently, yeah, I'll be right there with him. So yeah.
Well,
Lachlan,
Lachlan,
just to give you a little bit of backstory, Robbie is, I believe, the guy who is right behind Craig Toulier in the 198s in Louisiana. So he's got some pedigree, but I think he needed that little extra push to get to that next level. And after a big win against Froda, it's looking good.
yeah, and Lachlan, I'm going to tell you this right now,
That's
bro.
interesting.
Like, he's bro. Watch him. You're gonna like this kid, bro. He's comes from the powerlifting background. Said all these powerlifting growing up as a kid, bodybuilding background. He's just like us, bro, with the training and all. Kid is I'm telling you, man, he's the real deal. And I think he's gonna I love Coach Ray, man. But I
Yeah.
think Bobby's gonna shock the world that day, man. He's just that.
So,
Yeah. So just remember I said that, bro. Robbie's good people, and definitely take care of him out there, man. He's one of
will
us.
do.
Pradeep, what's your thoughts, man? Did you get to see that Robbie's big match at Arm Wars against Rodo and all? We don't hear you, Pradeep. You're mute. Nah, we still don't hear you. Let's see if I can on. No, I can't unmute you either. Israel,
I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'm really excited for this match. Robbie really showed out, man. I was really happy to see him win against Frodo. There was some matches right there where he was really tested and he just grinded it out, man. It was one of the best matches of the event.
yeah, I definitely agree, man. Definitely was great. I think Pradeep, you're still having audio problems. We'll come back to you on that one.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go. Here we
Okay.
go.
So that was one of those matches where you're expecting the guy who just won a couple of rounds to eventually gas out and lose the match. But Robbie never got tired in that match. Deep hook battle against Frodo. If we compare the matches, Hardanger Open, I think Frodo Hogland beat Coach Ray both left and right. I think 5-1 and 6-0. But that was a couple of years ago. So I think it's easy to guess that this match is going to be a war. Somewhere this match will stop and Coach Ray may decide to try to start top rolling Robbie. I'm not sure how strong his wrist is going to be because Frodo Hogland was not top rolling him. He was going in a hook, and that's where he got beat. Coach Ray, he will try to top roll him, so that could be a difference. But from the matches that I've seen, common opponents, I'll have to go with Robbie in that match, a close match. That's what I think.
Very nice. Israel.
Oh man, obviously Coach Ray has that experience and he's very, technical and diverse in his technique and he can pull out a lot of different tricks out of his bag, but I'm rooting for Robbie. I want to, he's one of those guys that's up and coming and I want him to do good, so I'm going to go with Robbie.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be rooting. Like I said, man, I want to see Robbie do big things. I've watched Robbie pretty much from the beginning and all. Got to meet him at the Louisiana States that I helped out promote a couple years back, and I definitely he came on my radar that day, man. What a performance he put on! Was giving matches to Dan Moser and Craig Toulier, so knew he was the real deal, and he was so young then, and now to just see him keep progressing is a great thing, and to see him get his shot on the big stage is amazing. So this is the other one I want to talk about is real curious to see, man. Dave Chafee versus Vitaly Leladen, man. Dave, we hope that he's over his injuries and all, and I'd hate to see another loss and all, but what's your thoughts on that, Lachlan?
It's a tough match to come back to after some time off.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to Dave, he's got to be feeling pretty confident. But yeah, look, if he said his hands recovered, hand and elbow is good. Neck is the same, but neck has always been not so good for him. So let's hope Vitaly hasn't progressed so much and gotten too far ahead of Dave in the time between them pulling now and last time.
Pradeep is who do you think is going to be the favorite on there? We know Dave got the last win. Do you think that's going to change on this one?
I think Vitali should be the favorite, and yes, Dave is saying that he's healed up. I'm not doubting him, but the thing is that whenever I read this word as stem cells or white cell or whatever, you really don't know if it is a true statement of what they're feeling or it's just a promotional thing. So we'll see how much Dave has recovered. And I didn't know until I saw that screenshot from Engin Terzi that Dave's hand got injured in that Vitali match, and people are saying that that's probably going to happen once again because Vitali is even stronger. So that's the common thing with these guys who have strong grips, who can close the COC 3.5s and stuff like Vitali Laletin, Derek Smith. If the first thing that you got to do is to slip against them, and that's always difficult, and that's the common thing that you can see in every single guy. Whoever closes the COC 3, I'm not saying that kind of translates to that, but I'm just saying that the crushing strength. People say that it's kind of useless in arm wrestling, but one thing where I have seen it's really useful is trying to prevent your opponent from slipping. RVJ, what did he do to Brandon Allen? Didn't let him slip 3 rounds. Used to close the COC 4. Derek Smith and Tim Bresnan, we used to talk about it. 3.5 he closes. Vitali, once again, a 3.5 guy. Difficult to slip, injures the hands. Just did the same to Hermes Gasparini as well. First round, didn't let him slip. And Hermes also said that his hand was kind of hurting for a week or two after the match. So going to difficult against, I won't be surprised if he just grabs him by the fingers and pushes him down like 3-4 times in this match. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I agree what you're saying with the whole grip thing. I was just talking a couple days ago with Cobra Rhodes, and I was kind of just picking his brain and just trying to find out about like what the secret is that he used to do for training and all, and everything was with the hand. He said only thing he ever did was train the hand, and then when he would move on a table, it was around his hand. So and he gave me an example of one of the things that he used to do, and it makes sense. And same thing when you tried slipping from Cobra, he'd do that exploding hand technique and really make you pay for trying to slip out on him. So definitely true with that. And Israel, what's your thoughts, man? Do you think that Dave's going to come back and after this injury and really show what's up, or?
I think I read somewhere that he said he's feeling better from his hand after stem cells and that he didn't notice too much of a difference on his neck. So hopefully it's enough to, bring him back a few percentages. Vitali, he's looking big and strong. I think he's the biggest he's ever been right now. I believe he's like 143 kg. I mean, the dude is a monster and he's got, that giant frame to just keep filling out. So who knows how big he's going to be on game day. He's definitely coming with a vengeance. I think he has more to lose. So just based off of that, I'm going to go with Vitali.
Okay, Lachlan, what style do you think that Dave's going to try doing? You think he's going to try bringing it inside? Is he going to try top rolling? And where do you think this goes?
I think he's going to try and do the same as my opponent's going to do, is start high, try and top roll, and then have his wrist busted back and then jump into a press.
Okay. So now let's talk about your big match, man. This one is good, man. Going against David Arabuli, out of Georgia. So, kind of explain what is your thoughts? Where is this match going, and what's the outcome going to be?
Interesting match. We after we had a little bit of time on the after table King of the Ten. I forget which one it was, but the one where I versed Irakli. And he said he wasn't peaked. I certainly wasn't. I just competed the day before and I didn't have any problems with him. Fast forward to his match against Chance Shaw, where he beat him in that, tried the top roll, couldn't, and then just pressed from quite an insane angle. So typically I've never been pressed, or haven't. It's been a long time since I've been pressed. And stylistically, I thought it was a good match for me to have. Personally, I'll back myself, obviously. I think it'll be 4-0. I don't think you'll want to do the last 2 rounds. But look, we'll see what happens, man. We're all there to find out and figure out. He's a strong, strong dude. I think he's heavier than I'm not sure how much he weighs, but I think he's currently a fair bit heavier than me. I'm a fair bit taller. So he's a real compact sort of guy. Benches 500 pounds. I do not bench 500 pounds. But that obviously isn't always a predicator of winning arm wrestling. So, from what I can tell, his rotation and hand in general is a bit of a weak spot. So that's where I plan on going.
Now, if you had to grade your training camp on this, 1 to 100, 100 being the best, how did the camp go?
Oh, it's hard to rate it. It's been different. I've hit all my numbers, not been injured. It's got to be 100 out of 100, to be honest.
Wow, that's good. I like to hear that.
Everything's been great.
Now, is there something that about your opponent that makes you nervous? Is there somewhere where you want to stay away from him?
Yeah, I don't want to spend too long letting him think about what he needs to do in this position to press me for the win.
Now, how does the press conference go? Have you guys been friendly with each other? Have you guys?
Yeah, we've been friendly.
Now, I know how you get, man. Has the competition started already? Have you been sizing up?
I mean, in a nice way, I guess. I'm in a nice way, but like we train real different too, so it's not like we've been able to have fun comparing lifts or anything like that. But I will say this: that ultra grip hold that Hermes and I have been doing, I've matched Hermes numbers, just to give you an idea.
Holy shit!
Wow.
And my wrist is feeling more solid than it's ever had. Same with my hand.
Deep, did you say something? I think you are on mute. I seen.
Yeah. So the cupping grip that he has, he kind of like a lat row with cupping engaged. Yeah, I've seen that lift. So I don't believe you, Lachlan. Are you going to top roll in this match? I haven't seen you do that at least at that high level.
I'm just going to go where I find a chink.
Yeah.
This is a gap. I've just moved into gaps. That's all.
I think that dude, you guys are gonna go power for. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah, I've seen this little observation that I've made is that once somebody beats you with a flop press, it's kind of always a given that he's going to beat you in a hook as well. I've never really seen anyone who has a really strong flop press, but he's kind of shitty inside a hook. It just doesn't happen. So if you're trying to top roll someone and he stops you like that and he pushes you down, 99 out of 100 times he's going to beat you in a hook as well. So I thought this match is going to go in a hook. And I think if Lachlan can be stopped, if he can stop you, Lachlan, with a flop press, then I think he may be stronger than you in a hook as well.
That's all right. I got options.
Yeah, I don't see it going that way. I think it's going to be a crazy hook battle, honestly. I mean, both of these dudes they have such a similar, they're just so compact and strong. It's just going to go right into the hook, and it's going to be who can outlast the other, I think.
Who's the favorite, do you think, in the hook?
Oh, man, dude, I'm telling you, it's hard to bet against Lachlan in the hook, man. I'm gonna go with Lachlan. If I think
have been pretty even.
Well, I just think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go right where your power is, because it might just be where his power is. But I think you're gonna be too much for him, man.
Yeah. Oh, I hope so. Certainly planned on it.
I can't wait to see it. This is going to be a great one. One of the matches that I want to past matches that I want to bring up and talk about is the Devin versus Camille match. I want to get your thoughts on that left hand match. First off, what's your thoughts of Camille Jablonski, both right hand and left hand?
Well, left-handed, I just saw recent footage of Camille struggling with Sergey Kalenchenko, left-handed, struggling. Sergey's not someone to struggle with on left hand. There's not a whole lot there. I pulled him left-handed the last time I was in Dubai before the Krasi match, and I didn't feel anything. So that was quite confusing for me to see Camille struggle so badly with Kalenchenko after not that long ago, like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, having yeah, I don't know. Don't know how strong Devin's left is, but I think he's suspect left-handed. Right-handed, I mean, yeah, he loses to very, very high-level people, so we can't take anything away from him. He took a lot to Matyushenko, which was very, very dominant, but, we're talking about Ivan Matyushenko. It's, like, of course. So I think it's a real mixed bag. I think because he just has one lane, you either know how to deal with it, or you're strong enough to deal with it, or you don't. And I think the Devon match was probably a little bit of a stylistic one because Devon typically likes to get out here, which is, a presser's dream, as they have free access to center and really get his body behind it. So I wasn't surprised by Camille winning that. And then you're faced with someone like Kalenchenko who likes to arm wrestle on his side of the table and dominate that center ground, and you've got Camille struggling. So would I like a match with Camille? Yeah. One day, we'll see.
Which arm?
Both.
Okay, so now let's break that down. Left arm. What's the probability in your head of you winning 1 to 100?
Left arm, I think it's probably pretty high, man. Because like my left, I can bomb into any position whatsoever. Like I don't care what happens to my left. My brain doesn't care what happens to my left. I can just get into the most disgusting angles on it. So I'm pretty confident left-handed that I'd be able to do some damage from right. Feel like I could probably bump him off his center line and keep him out of there for long enough and tire out, but just keep twisting on him outside of his shoulder. But that's a big unknown. The only data I do have is his left hand with having recent experience with Kalenchenko.
Okay. So give me a percentage wise, 60-40 you, 70-30. How confident are you with that, with the left?
Left hand with 70-30, right hand probably 60-40 my way.
Okay. I like that. Now, how about Devin left arm?
That's just an unknown, right? So you would assume so, yes, but that's where arm wrestling maths doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. That's a whole different style.
Don't you have that same press with the left?
Not really. Not really. I press real different. I'll press at you, not kind of rolled in real tight. Yeah, it's much more awkward. I'm much more left-handed in a hook.
Okay.
Like a real shoulder-driven hook. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this real quick, Lachlan. Would you ever be interested in a rematch with Pavlo Derbedeniev?
Yeah.
And how do you see that going?
Rinse and repeat. Same. I don't think all that mass helps him that much. I think that mass gets in the way. I'd give him the first 2 rounds. It'll be different. I'd give him the first 2 rounds, and then I think I'd clean up the end.
Now, the last time you guys faced it was left-handed, correct?
Yeah. It was correct.
Do you think the match would go similarly right-handed?
Left and right hand, different beasts, even on myself. I think it's a real entertaining match right-handed. We both lost to Sandris. So yeah, I think there's lots of good matches, and that's got to be up there with one of them.
I like that match because Pablo has been training under Bob Brown for the last like 6 months or so. We were just with him in Vegas, him against Mega Mike. Did you get to see that match, Pablo versus Mega Mike?
Yeah. Pablo beat him easy.
Paul, just to let you know, let's go back in history a couple of years. You keep on mentioning Bob Brown. Your guy bet $300 on Devon against me in the Levan match 2022, and my bet was Levan wins 6-0, and Bob was like, I was about to go up to $1,000 bet, and he didn't go there. He didn't go there. I was like, if you allow me like one round, Levan wins 5-1. Maybe he gives one round away. I don't know. If you allow the bet to be 5-1, Levan wins, then I'm willing to take it up to $1,000. And he wasn't confident enough. He said Devon is going to win. I was like, okay, Devon doesn't even need to win. Let's do a shutout. Devon wins a single round, you win. And he was so sure, he was so confident, $300. But my man, as soon as the match ended, I saw like I got a $300 credit in my account. So just to let you know about it. Your
You
coach is biased with the Kings movers. He always predicts them to win.
I don't think
I've
it's
seen
even
that.
I don't even think it's that far as the Kings mover, bro. I think it's the old school mentality of North American arm wrestling. They all stick together, coming together. And if you were from another country, it could be your worst enemy in North America, but you guys were buddies now going against
But
everybody else.
you don't have to lose money while doing that, right?
But I'm telling you, bro, that's the old school mentality. Where I'm around a couple of them. One of the guys that brought me into the sport, it was Eric Waffel, and I mean, bro, like that is the epitome of old school mentality right there. They're always against anybody out in America. Travis is another one. And they make that known. Bob Brown, I would say, is the same thing. So. Israel, so what's going on with you, brother? Let's catch us up on any kind of new news in the community, anything going on.
Well, it's Valentine's week, so a lot of people were probably busy on that. But we've got a few things. There was a few videos were posted recently from the AWC Championships. I believe they're out of Canada, and they had a couple big matches. One I wanted to highlight was Jeff Dabe versus Jason Constantini, and that
AKA
was
Tiny.
Tiny. Yeah, he goes by Tiny. And it's a shame Uncle John isn't here because I wanted to get his input on it. But yeah, it was a good match. That first round was it looked like it could have gone either way. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see those matches, but they had a great event over there.
And Tiny got the win that
Hi,
day, correct?
boys. Man,
Yes, yes.
I gotta go.
Lachlan, thank you for coming on, brother.
Good, good, good.
Check out Lachlan's Instagram and YouTube channel. And good
All
luck with
good.
Bray
Thanks,
24.
man.
Have a
Appreciate
good
it.
one, man.
Yeah, so yeah, that Tiny versus Jeff Dave. Tiny got the win that day, correct? It was a back and forth war, if I
He
remember.
he did. Yeah, the first round was a long match. They were going at it. It looked like Jeff was going to take it, and then Constantini actually made a really good adjustment. He stood up, got behind his arm, and managed to press him. And from there, it looks like it took a good bit out of Jeff's arm.
Oh wow. Pradeep, did you get to see that event, the AWC? That was a couple of weeks
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Yeah, I like uploaded the results of that event within few hours after the event. You guys are not subscribed to Arm Wrestling News, clearly.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. Yes. I,
You know,
I just learned of
Just
Vitali's
previously, yeah.
new gain weight after that, man. He's looking huge. I was watching
Yeah,
your
yeah.
video. He's at 143 kg. That's the biggest he's ever
Yeah,
been.
he weighs himself while wearing shoes. I'm like that his shoes must be like size 16 or 17, something like that. So yeah, we can say he's still about 140. That's the biggest Vitali still clearly. Yeah, I watched that match, Paul. Jeff Dave. I'm I'm yet to see Jeff Dave win a match, to be honest. And this is kind of saying that in a joking way. A guy called RVJ got all butt hurt over me saying something like that. So I'm yet to see him winning, man. Yet to see him winning. That's the problem. Of
yeah, I
course,
got
if I search hard enough, there are going to be many matches of him winning. But whenever the feed shows up, whenever the matches I see, I don't see that guy winning. And still, people say if Jeb Dave trained really hard, he would be a world champion. I'm like, anybody who could be a world champion, he is kind of there. That level of talent where you can be the literal best in the world, it doesn't really get unnoticed. You somewhere somebody knows you and he recommends you to other people, that gets noticed. If it didn't go to that level, it was never meant to be at that level. That's what I think.
Yeah, and how old is Jeff? Jeff's got to be in his 60s these days,
He's
right?
Yeah, yeah.
60.
I was
60.
shocked to see that. I was watching a video of him, like few years old video, and he was like, I'm 58 or 59. That was like 5, 6 years old video. So
Yeah.
I was shocked to. He doesn't look like a 63-year-old guy.
No,
Oh,
he
he looks
definitely
good.
got some young genetics going on, and I think he's been arm wrestling for quite a long time. I know it's just left arm. I think he has a injury from back in the day with the right, so he only pulls with the left. But I know he back in the day, man, he was always the guy like punching up at the top left hands. I know him and Eric Waffel had a couple wars. I think he went against Travis a couple of times. He definitely was always up in the talk for the top lefts years back and all. Definitely for sure.
Yeah, it's great to see him so active. I mean, he's 60 years old and still kicking ass. Has a match with Uncle John coming up. I mean, it's crazy.
Hell yeah. I want to talk about a topic. I want to bring up what's your guys' thoughts on hiring a coach for new arm wrestlers? Do you think it's a benefit? Do you think it's something that you don't need to do? Let's start off with Pradeep on that.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
So my question is thoughts on hiring a coach for new arm wrestlers? Is it a benefit? Is it something that you really don't need? What's your thoughts on that?
New arm wrestlers. So, are we talking about new as in just they started competing, or are they young as well?
Let's say within the first year, doesn't matter the age, but they're within the first year of competing and training.
No, I don't think anyone in any sport like literally just starts off with a coach. First, they figure it out themselves. They start competing to even know if they're going to be interested in that sport or not. If you're in the first year, you don't even know if you want to continue this sport or not. At that time, I don't see a benefit of having a coach.
What if it is something that you feel right away? Like you fell in love with it, you're obsessed, you're all in. You don't think it would be a benefit as a coach? And I'm not just saying like I'm saying what is the benefit of going that way or, not going that way? Because in my eyes, bro, when I first came in, I actually did do that and I hired Engen and it kind of I feel like sped up my process, the knowledge process, as far as just exercises and all. Not so much as like making sense on the table because at the beginning, people are telling you stuff and it's going in one ear and out the other because there's just so much stuff to grab and it's kind of hard to be a sponge and just soak it all up. But as far as just like getting on the right track and knowing how to train, I felt like that kind of, even though I was hard headed and I didn't listen, I was just still on bodybuilding. And then I would throw in the couple of exercise Engen would tell me on the side where I should have did it the opposite way and all. But I think it would have been definitely a help. What is your thoughts, Israel?
Yeah, I'd like to mention
You
something
know,
else. So,
yeah.
in the beginning, it can be for a couple of things. To save time, if you have a coach, you'll get to some place where you're going to be in 1.5 years. If you have a coach, you will probably get there in 6 months. That could be a difference. The other thing can be asking him to guide you in a way so that it prevents injuries as well. So, these two things can be beneficial, but I don't think arm wrestling is that complicated of a subject that you need a coach on the first year or on the first day. It's not like flying a helicopter that you have to have a coach on the first day and you cannot do it without him. So I don't see a point in like straight away starting off with a coach. I don't think it's needed.
You,
I
you
don't think
know,
arm wrestling is that
I,
complicated.
I yeah, well, it is, bro. It is. I don't think you've got up to that yet. I don't think you figured that part
Yeah.
out. But
I've arm wrestled a few times, but I
no,
know
I understand you
what we're
understand,
talking
but
about
it,
here.
it takes that couple of years, bro, to realize what I'm talking about and to start realizing the different levels. And I understand what you're saying because I'm putting it in context. If I had Bob Brown that first year, when him talking me, I don't think I would have absorbed it. I don't think I would have been able to. It was too advanced. It was the same thing. I had Travis there too. I'm always hanging out with Travis, and he would be telling me all this stuff and it took a couple of years of hearing the same stuff over and over for me to be able to start applying it. So I do agree with the first year. I don't think so, but it would help as far as exercises and getting on the right track. And like you said, preventing injury, that definitely is a benefit as well. When you start understanding and things start clicking on the table, which that could be different times for everybody, that I think is a very key time if you want to speed up your process is get a coach, because I just kept saying those first couple of years, I just want an explanation. Like if somebody does this, if somebody goes into a hook, how do I set up to prevent that? And everybody would be like, nah, man, it's just feeling, bro. There is no formula for that. There is no answer to that. It's just you feel it. And I'm like, what the fuck does feel it, bro? Like, I don't, what, I just wanted a goddamn answer. Like, tell me this is what counters that, man. And nobody could tell me that. Then I met Bob Brown, bro. And I'm telling you that first meeting for those couple days, dude, it was just enlightenment. And I know Israel could speak for that because I left there and I think I came back a different arm wrestler. Am I right with that, Israel?
No, absolutely, man. I have to say, even, me being in the sport for 10 years, I mean, the things I've learned the last few years has been probably more than I've learned, in the last 7 before that. I mean, I think being exposed to a coach like that, especially if, you're someone who is coming from like an adult perspective and you're trying to get as high level as you can, as fast as you can, I think something like that helps a ton. I mean, Paul literally came back like 50% better after 1 week with being with Bob Brown. It was insane. I mean, everyone in our club was pretty damn impressed with everything Paul had learned and what he was able to bring to the table after 1 week getting coached by someone who knew what he was doing.
It
So yeah,
just
I think
it gave me direction, man. It just gave me formula. It gave me something that I could obsess and study. So it was like if somebody does this, this is what you do. And that's all I needed to know. And that's what Bob said. He goes, "Yo, you're one of those guys, man. You could teach yourself, bro. You hear it once or twice and it sticks to you because you're so passionate about this sport." So he's like, "You would go and watch YouTube and you could teach yourself everything I'm teaching. All I'm doing though for you is I'm speeding up the process." And that is so damn true, bro, because now it's like I know how to train, now I know my move and how to get stronger in it, so I definitely encourage people, if you're around that level, you're starting, things are starting to click, you're starting to understand the different styles, you're starting to find your own lane and everything. I think a coach could be a very beneficial thing for people and all. But guys, I want to introduce, we got somebody in the room. We got Ryan Grondin has just stepped in here. He is the leader of the 98, and we got some big things he's going to be talking about coming up, and that is going to be Winter Blast, which goes down March 23rd. But I'm going to hand the mic over to Ryan, and he could give us all the details. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, buddy?
Happy to have you on, my man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Bro. Want to start getting the details out there. We got the big match going on between me and Nanya as the main event, March 23rd. But we got a stacked card of so many other great matches, lots of characters involved, lots of drama, lots of hype. So let's break into this, man. So first off, when does it all go down? When does the activity start? And hotel
So
that.
because of how many super matches we had, we kind of decided to do it 2 nights. So that way we could split it up some. And Sean Hancock's coming out. He's going to be doing a referee seminar on Friday night. So anybody that wants to do that, and you actually get like a legit certificate for taking the seminar, which is pretty cool. We're going to do like a weigh-in for all the super match guys the night before, and then have like
Hold on,
6 super matches.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but let me
Yeah.
add on to that with the Sean Hancock. So guys, if you want to get certified and come a certified ref, come and get the certification. But he's also giving out where if you want to just come and watch and learn the rules of our sport, which I think everybody should do. That's an amazing opportunity, and it makes you better in our sport. What
Yeah.
they expect and all
Dude,
that.
I took it at Knuckles Up, and there were a lot of things that I didn't even know. I was like, oh shit, I would have fouled, like there were just little tiny things that I just, especially up here in the Northeast, they do a lot of like WAL style tournaments. So a lot of the guys up here are not used to strict rules like the rest of the country. So, it was nice to take that seminar and kind of get that side of it and see the strict rules. But there's a lot of stuff that you can learn, and it actually, I think, makes you a better arm wrestler to learn in depth the rules of the strict side of things.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be taking that for sure, man. It's something that I can't pass up on, so I'll definitely sign up with Sean for sure.
I would like to be a referee in the in the future someday.
Yeah, good.
I've been talking a lot of trash about about the
Yeah.
referees all over the world. I think at some point of time, I may decide to do that.
I would hate to have you as a ref. I could tell already, bro. You're gonna be that most friggin' micro fouls, and you're
Yeah.
gonna be nuts, dude. So at first I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I like Pradeep," and I'm like, "Nah, nah, bro. That dude is gonna be the most extreme ref there is. He ain't playing."
Pradeep is going to be a
Hilarious.
loft ref for sure.
Yeah, I can allow some fouls to slide if the both of the athletes
I'm
agree.
teasing
If
you,
both
brother.
agree,
Nah,
if
I'm
both
teasing you.
agree.
You are the guy that should be the ref, bro. You would be an official referee. So I
I've
definitely encourage
seen
that.
I've seen referees who have been doing that for like a couple of decades, being intimidated by the presence of the popular arm wrestlers, high level elite arm wrestlers like Devon and some others as well. And I was like, bro, I want to try this thing. I don't think it's going to even matter to me. I wouldn't even see who's the guy who's arm wrestling on the table.
They've met their match with Pradeep, bro. That would be pretty funny for sure.
Devon wouldn't want me to be refing his match.
Hell no. So Ryan, tell me more, man. So what time is early weigh-ins on Friday night? And this is what I like about it, man. You're bringing it into like not only do we have early weigh-ins, but you got a whole event going on,
Yeah,
early
Friday
weigh-ins.
night. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. We're doing weigh-ins from 6 to 9. I think we're starting the ref seminar somewhere around 4 or 5, like just before the weigh-ins.
Okay.
That way, if anybody that's competing wants to take the ref seminar, they can, or just to brush up on the rules. Um, and then the super matches will start, sometime in there. Like, if two guys show up and they're weighed in and ready to go, we can go.
Well, we're gonna we're gonna
We're
we're
gonna
gonna be
live feed it.
announcing the time and everything beforehand,
Yeah.
and they could find it. So this is all gonna be on the 98 YouTube channel. We'll know a couple weeks before the exact time, and we'll keep everybody informed with that. But I'm really excited at the prelim card, man, on Friday. Hey, dude, you're starting off this weekend of fun. And before you guys, before we go more into detail, I just want to let everybody know we got Nanya coming on here in a little while. He just texted in. He'll be on here in 5 minutes and all. And I just want to update everybody. We've been going back and forth trying to figure out this contract and all. So we'll get everybody updated with that in a couple minutes. So Ryan,
Yeah.
tell me about some of these matches going down Friday night, because there's one of them, man, that's really sticking out to me. I mean, they're all sticking out to me, but that main event match that you got set up for Friday is a good one, man.
Dustin Jelliff against John Therian.
Oh, that's
from
on
Canada.
Friday night. I thought
No,
we were
that's
doing that
no
one.
that is going to be the same night as you on Saturday, but that's like probably the co-main event,
Okay, but I want to hear. We're not even up to Saturday. We haven't
So
even
all
done
right, so
prelim.
Friday,
I was talking about the main event on Friday night. Kevin Palco versus
yeah,
Levi Fit, bro.
that's going to be a good match.
fire.
Kevin Palco and Levi, like a lot of people are excited about that match, so that should be a good one.
What's
And they
everybody's
both
thoughts in
wanted
the
to do it.
chats with that?
They wanted to do it Friday night so that they could like kind of freshen up a little and still compete on Saturday. So
That's gangster right there. Dudes ain't playing for
yeah,
sure.
that's pretty cool.
What else we got going on Friday night? What other matches are going to be going down?
We got Tim Lewis and Matt Wiles. Matt's like a new young kid, and Tim's like the gatekeeper. So I've seen a lot of people chatting online saying that Matt's going to get wiped out and stuff, which he might, but he is a strong kid, and he is coming up quickly. So should be interesting.
That's one of those ones that I was going back and forth with everybody in the group
Yeah.
and everything. Me and shout out to John Brumwell. I
Yeah.
was trying to say, I was like, yo, dude, props to Matt, bro. 21 years old,
Yeah.
into this sport and challenging Tim Lewis left hand. Now, it's one thing to challenge Tim Lewis right hand. Tim Lewis right hand, he's the guy that I was saying was the gatekeeper. If you want to be pro level and you want to say that you're a good arm wrestler, you got to get through Tim Lewis. Now, when you bring up Tim Lewis left arm, we're talking about a whole animal, bro. This dude is like, I think he might be the gatekeeper to the elite level left hand in that 198, 220 range, man. This dude is no joke. So I'm really interested. I've never seen Matt before, but just hearing that he's 21 years old and hearing the guys on his team are just so confident in him, it's got me excited, man. So definitely want to see that one. What is everybody's thoughts on that one? Is this kid 21 years old? Is he going to give Tim a little something on that left hand? Let us know in the chat. And then what else we got set up on Friday? What other matches?
We got there's these two Georgian fellas that have been coming around like smashing people. This dude Levon and his younger friend David. David wanted a super match. So he's a young kid. So we found another young phenomenon up at the High Five Club, Fernando, who's crushing dudes up there. So like this is gonna be like a battle of like probably the two youngest bad motherfuckers at that age, in the area. So it's gonna be interesting to see those two go at it.
What's their names again? Can you give out their full name?
David Nikabads and
No.
Fernando Cess.
Wow, and these are from the country Georgia.
David's from Georgia. Fernando, I think he's like Guatemalan or something, or
Okay.
yeah.
What
But he
weight class is
trains up
that?
with the high with their David is he's lighter than Fernando by like 50 pounds, and he was just like, I don't care. So, but they're both like 15, 16 or 16, 17. Like they're young guys. So
Up and coming studs.
yeah.
I want to welcome, guys, my next opponent. We got Nanya in the room. What is up, Nanya? How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing wonderful. How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. We got a big super chat in the room, man, from Eric Harlan for $5. Eric said, Ryan, go ahead, tell these people all your crappy excuses why you don't want this smoke when you're scared. So just to catch everybody up in the room, Eric Harlan is talking about he recently called out Ryan Grandin to a match. Eric's, been going back and forth with everybody on the 98 and, the AWU group and all, but things been getting a little spicy between them two. They definitely got some real beef and all, and I've been just trying to get this to actually go down somewhere. I've been pushing maybe we can make it happen at like AWU 5 or something, and to make it interesting, today I decided to throw $500. IAP is putting up $500 sponsorship for a cash prize to the winner if we could actually make that match happen over at AW5 between Eric Harlan and Ryan Grandin. And I want to just say the reason why I want this match so bad is, first off, I said after the match with Ryan Grandin, I wanted to see him continue with arm wrestling. I said he's got potential. I want to see for his own health. I want to see him training all the time, and since then I haven't heard much of him arm wrestling. So I told him, I said, yo, I'm going to be that fire under you, man. And I'm not going to just let you, fall off, man. So I'm pushing for this match. I want to see it happen. I want you to be the hero for the people, man. Eric is the villain. Eric has said some dumb shit. He's always
He had $5.
yeah, there you go.
It's amazing. If Eric saved his money and didn't super chat Paul all the time, he'd have gas money to get somewhere.
Dude,
keep saying it. Just work harder, bro.
Dude, this guy, like, I have to do a lot of thinking because this dude, like, is so hungry for a match, and he's such a little fucking scumbag. Like, he just wants to be in the limelight, and I just don't want to give it to him because he wants it so bad, and he's such a prick. And he's racist, he said racist things on our podcast purposely just to try to fucking, and he almost made Nanya lose a sponsor. Like, come on, dude. I just feel like it's hurting him more, me saying, like, fuck you, I'm not taking the match because you just want attention. Like, he's freaking out about it. That's why he keeps like super matching, super chatting and challenging me publicly and all this. So the more I tell him to fuck off, the more it's building up, and he's getting fucking pissed off because other people have challenged him, and he's like not interested. Just wants to fucking pull me. So
this is the thing. This is what my backing and all what I think. I think we're in a combat sport. This is what we look for, man. We look for legitimate beefs, and this guy says stupid shit. So in my eyes, if I could be the hero, I would pull this dude. And I already made that clear, but I already did this. I already smashed him. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see it again because it wasn't even close and all. So I can't do it, obviously, but I want to see somebody else that's got some drama with him go and handle this. And I think you're the perfect guy. It kills two birds with one stone because it's getting you back in training. It's getting you back active on the table, which I want to see, bro. I think you're a great asset to the sport, not just as a promoter, but as an arm wrestler. You're a character, bro, and you're fun to pull, man. And Eric is the other side, bro. He's the guy that you just love to hate.
The only way the match is going to happen is with you involved because he's like suggesting things that make no sense, like Florida Combat, or fucking, like
I'll deal with him.
promotions where a match like that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
I could guide him in the right direction. I know I can. It would take time, but for me to do that, what I would need is for you to be open to having a match. Because as of right now, you don't want to have that match.
Right now, no, but I'll think about it and put some thought into it. Right now, I'm all Winter Blast.
100% agree, and I think you
Blast,
should.
maybe I would open up to it, but just the fact that the dude like intentionally did shit to try to like fuck up our show or Nanya sponsor, like I just feel like he doesn't even deserve the opportunity.
That's the reason why you got to be the one to fucking smash him.
I get both sides. I'm not one side's right or not. Like I get both sides, but like right now, I'm just not even thinking about the dude because I'm trying to like pull off Winter Blast, and we have a tournament this weekend.
100% agree, but I want an outside perspective on this, and I'm going to go to Pradeep over here, because Pradeep, I know he knows a little of Eric Harlan. I know he knows that he's been a little problems and all, but he doesn't know the full story. But what's your thoughts, bro? Am I wrong giving this kid a platform and, trying to make this match happen? Because, I see it as a real beef.
Until someone has said something to you directly that you didn't like that much, and even in that case there should be matches, but in arm wrestling right now we have a common understanding that if I have a legitimate beef with you, I'm going to try to avoid you at all costs, and the person that I'm going to have a super match whom I don't have a beef with, I'm going to try to create a fake hype and fake beef around that match just to promote it. And I think that's complete BS, and everyone is doing that these days. If they don't like each other, they don't want to see each other on the arm wrestling table, and it should be the exact opposite of that.
Not everybody. You got two guys on here that it wouldn't. That's why this match is going down. This crazy ass came right at me, bro. That was the realest thing that fucking there is out there.
Yeah, of course there are some matches happening, but I don't see this yet at the top level, and in many cases at the smaller levels as well.
You're a natural born pessimist. You don't think guys get a sponsored treatment. You don't believe in what people say a treatment does. By the way, Viticel Biologics, I was able to shoulder press. I was able to do shit. I was able to pronate and curl fucking 20 pounds before. Now I'm back up to 55 on my left, being able to pronate curl. Before, my forearm would lock up. I literally wouldn't be able to do it. My shoulder, I'd have to wince through it. So I can say right now that the stem cells work, and it's not no bullshit. People are taken care of when they throw these events.
If you heard me correctly, I never denied that they don't work. I never said that I don't believe they don't work. Never said that.
Shout out to Viticel Biologics. They work. The best stem cells in the fucking nation.
They're also sponsoring Winter Blast for $7,000 stem cell treatment, which is great.
Yeah, bunch of great guys there.
Well, here's my main thing with Eric is this. So we have a lot of friends in the arm wrestling community, and we have lots of friends of different races and nationalities. And this dude's a fucking racist. And some of our friends are like, dude, don't even give that guy the time of day.
Nah, but bro, he can't say the racist thing, man, because he went in and cleared that up, and he apologized. The thing that he went,
he apologized, but then he took it back and said it again.
But bro, it's not. We can't say racist, dude. Like I'm not. I know him.
I'm just saying he said some racist things.
He said some stupid shit.
Our friends that are of different races, and I kind of feel like I'm letting some people down by taking this match with this guy after he said something like that on the show. You know what I mean? Like some of
that's in my eyes, man. That's that soft culture, bro. That's that cancel shit, man.
Paul, can you do a poll right now?
I'm not saying cancel him. I'm just saying I feel like I might be letting down some of my friends by taking the match. You know?
Can you Israel, can you make a poll, man? I don't know how to do that. Do you know how to do that? You're the moderator.
I do, but my phone just died. Hold on, give me a second. I'll do it.
He'll
Not a
get it.
chance.
Moderator.
Because I'm really interested to hear what the people got to
See,
say about that.
I agree with Ryan. It's the same reason I wouldn't want to give him a match. I want to
wants it so bad. I just want to punch this dude. Like, he's a loser.
I don't want to get up on that table and him say or do some dumb shit because I'm liable to fucking headbutt him right across that fucking table. That's why I don't want to take a match with him.
Yeah, but that's okay. We signed a contract before, you know.
Hey, if he'll sign a contract that he can't sue me or whatever happens, then we could talk.
Like, so let me throw this out here because this is where I'm losing you guys here. Let me just throw this out here. So, say there's a real beef in two fighters, UFC.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're saying because you don't like how somebody else said something or you feel like he was racist that you're not going to fight him. But hold on, no, just let me finish. You're not going to fight that guy because you don't like how he. No, that would give me the incentive to go beat the fuck out of that guy.
It's an arm wrestling match. There's rules, and on the flip side, how about this? Eric Harlan could be planning to do some shit. Maybe he could go to the event and he plans on fucking assaulting Ryan and getting him to fight him, and then. Now, Ryan's a promoter. He's put in a legal situation. So this is a guy that broke into a house with a knife trying to commit suicide by Dyke and failed.
But guys. Whoa, Eric. I mean, Nanya. Bro, if you want to start getting into everybody's fucking charges and what they have, bro, half of the arm wrestling world wouldn't be acceptable to arm wrestle anymore, bro. That is so.
I mean, I have charges.
Let me say something.
I'll fight his dad. And then arm wrestle Eric.
If anyone wants to beat somebody up because of something that they said and that thing wasn't even about themselves, then you got a big problem, bro. You need other things to take care of.
No, he attacked my house. He fucked with my promoter. He came and attacked me on a level where this is beyond an arm wrestling match now. And he's doing the same thing to Ryan and the 98. So it's beyond an arm wrestling match. He's very vindictive and he has ulterior motives.
Did you see his last video? Name drop.
I apologize. I don't know this story. What do you mean he attacked your house?
He clipped a bunch of shit out of context. And
okay, hold on. Let me just break this down real quick. He tried fucking up his sponsorship. Guys, let's not talk over each other. He tried fucking up his sponsorship. Okay, so that's where it goes. But in my eyes, guys, this is the problem I'm having. We do this arm wrestling. It's a combat sport. There's only one way to solve a problem in my eyes. Is on the table. That's where it's properly handled. And then after he handles that, should shake the other man's hand, and there shouldn't be no more drama. You don't got to love each other. You don't got to be friends after that. But you handle that shit. This is what we're telling.
Like a guy like that, I don't feel like an arm wrestling match would settle it. Like, I'm not going to like this guy after either. You know.
And if he did anything after that, everybody would be like, bro, you're a clown.
Some of this is like psychological warfare, and I know that it's fucking killing him more that I'm not accepting the fucking match.
It's not, dude, and it's killing me more because, dude, this guy is not going away, bro. He's there arm wrestling. He's now part of Justin Bishop's team. He's getting part of a bunch of underground events going on in Georgia. No, it's not like it's sweet to say that you guys think he's not going to be in this sport no more, but it's not happening, bro. He's going to be in it. So why don't we go and do what we do, arm wrestle and settle this? And one example that went positive and perfect was me versus you, Ryan. We hated each other, legit hated each other, bro. Like I'm telling you, if I wasn't in a cast those 2 times, I would have fucked you up, bro. I would have approached you and would have pulled you out in the parking lot and it would have went down. And I'm not kidding.
I believe you.
So we went on the table, we pulled each other, we squashed it, and now we're actually really good friends.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what this is about.
That's not gonna happen with fucking Eric Harlan.
What did I say? Doesn't have to be friends, bro. But anybody after that says anything, you guys solved it on the table. Everybody's going to be like, bro, you're being a little bitch. You guys already solved this. But I don't think he would even bring it up after because he's going to be so humiliated after you beat him.
I want Israel's opinion on this.
Yeah. What do you think, Israel?
You're usually a voice
he wants my opinion because I'm a person of color. So
no, because you're usually a voice of reason.
No, I'm playing with you,
neutral.
I'm playing with you. I gotta say, I can see both sides. I can see both sides. Like I can see Paul wanting to do it from a promotion aspect and just, it'd be a good way to kind of shut him up on the table for you, maybe make it worth it for you, ask for an amount of money that he would have to commit for and, fuck it, at least you get a good payday for smacking the guy. But then again, I understand, dude. I mean, some people can be mouthy and you just want to punch them right in the face. So it's sometimes you can't even tolerate being right in front of the guy, and it's just not possible. So it's really up to whether you feel like you want to do it, Ryan. I mean, would it be good for the promotional aspect? I mean, yeah,
absolutely from a
use.
personal aspect. I just feel like giving him the time of day would let down some of my friends that he offended. You know,
Yeah, and then
I mean,
that's
he
up
made
to
a whole
you.
video. Made a whole video.
Bro, I think your friends got to get over it, man. We're not in this soft
I
cancel
know, but
culture, bro.
like, it's like
You
how
sound like
long?
San Francisco right now, like where I live, bro. I feel like that shit is that's
No,
so
dude, I'm
weak,
not
bro. We're
saying
in a combat
cancel him.
sport. Should
I'm
be
not
none of
saying
this
cancel
soft
him.
cancel shit, bro. You don't like somebody, go handle that shit. Smack that bitch up.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying to cancel the guy. I'm saying I don't want to pull him right
What are
now.
you saying? You're saying you are saying cancel him because you're saying
Harlan,
you shouldn't give him a
Harlan is loving
platform.
Everybody
as we
else
talk
wants to
about
kill
it
him.
for
I have
25
no
minutes.
problem with
Harlan
that.
is winning, right? Harlan is winning right now because this show has been talking about him for 25
That's what he. This is
Lachlan
exactly what he wants.
Well,
in
this is guys.
there.
This is arm wrestling, bro. This is what it's about,
Make-
man. This is at its roots right here. This is better than elite
So,
arm wrestling, man. This is interesting. This is fun. This is what people want to hear. Real drama.
let's get his dad on here and ask him how long he's been doing meth.
See, that I think we should stay away. Bringing up people's families and all, I think that's over the line. I wouldn't go that way, man.
So he should want a match with me because of that. And I just
Well,
won't
he
do it.
wants a match with you. He wants to match with you, bro. He wants to pull you.
I know he does.
Yo,
Because I keep saying things like
Paul,
that.
has Eric officially hired you as his manager or something?
But
That
he made the mistake.
You know what it is, Nanya? If you haven't caught on, bro, is I'm that super promoter, man. I'm not even throwing events, but I'm always trying to find that next match for the promoter to jump on because I remember being an organizer and wishing there was guys like me that would stir shit up and make my job easy, bro. I'm trying to get out there and so Knuckles Up, they're listening right now, bro. They're seeing who I'm stirring up and they're contacting those people, man. It's Flow Arm Wrestling, all those guys, man. They're listening, bro. So that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm just that super promoter that's always trying to stir up things. And to be honest, man, I want to start getting characters out there because I think that's the key to arm wrestling, bro. It's not about being the best arm wrestler. I think it's getting these characters out there because I'm seeing it with me in your match, bro. I got people that I never thought would care less. People from my fitness background, my family and friends that normally wouldn't be into arm wrestling, bro, I go and see them in person, and the first thing they say, yo, when you pulling that Nanya guy? And I'm like, bro, you're not even an arm wrestler. How the hell do you know about this dude? And bro, they start talking about you like they know you. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm seeing this catch, bro, and I've been in the sport 3-4 years. And talking about Devin versus Levon, I don't have as much people asking me about me and you, bro. Non-arm wrestlers, I'm saying. So I'm running with this, bro. Characters, man.
I just think out there.
That's what Eric
if
is.
you out there, I think more people are going to agree that he shouldn't have a spotlight. He shouldn't be given all this attention because he's winning. That's all he wants. He doesn't care about
minutes of fame, bro, could backfire on you, bro. I watched Barry Bourne, dude. Barry
Cross in my
Bourne's in
front
here
yard
right now.
last week because of this shit.
But Barry Bourne is a perfect example, guys. We did this before.
Bourne is a character.
And Ryan was the one on the other side telling me against Barry Bourne, and I was ruining the sport. And all the 98 were saying you and Travis are ruining the sport. And now you guys talk about it and wanted to have him on the 98 the other day and thought he was the best thing now.
He acted he was pretty normal though now. Like he calmed down some.
But what changed?
I don't know.
If you would have listened to you guys 2 years ago, we were
drugs.
shading, bro. I literally was ruining the integrity of our sport, having Barry Bourne fight Dave Morocco.
No, that was our way of getting under your skin by saying shit like that,
But I hear the same thing, man. It's the same thing. But all I'm saying, guys, is I don't want to keep harping on this. Characters, bro. I see what's catchy, bro.
For instance, I like Captain Pretentious. That's a good character right there.
Oh yeah, 100%. I like Ryan Grandin. Ryan Grandin is a fucking character right there. Eric Harlan is a character right there. Nanya is a character right there. All these
Paul. Yeah, a couple of things that I do agree with Nonya and Ryan with is that number one, you don't want to give somebody a spotlight. That's in my opinion a good enough personal reason, a reason at a personal level to not give somebody a match. And number two, then the only remaining reason should be you don't believe that guy is at the level in terms of his capabilities, his abilities of arm wrestling against you. These two reasons can be legit in my opinion. What you just said,
Eric is a
that you have
good.
beaten
Eric
him in
is
the
a good.
past, so that you don't want to give him a match.
Your first point,
We're
I
probably
understand.
close in skill.
Eric is a very good arm wrestler. Not very good, but he is very good for where he's at. Like he is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it probably would be a decent match.
Oh, I'm telling you, I pulled both of you guys. Like it's it, bro. It's a good one, man. It could go either way. Your
Just
styles
don't
get interesting.
want to touch him, dude. Can I wear gloves?
Yeah. You can
And
do
the
that.
the other racism thing that you guys were talking about,
Yeah.
I'll let you know one
Read
thing.
it.
People, everyone, the whole world knows what's going on in America, but the Americans don't know anything about the rest of the world. And racism is a big myth in USA. I'm telling you guys. If you want to see racism, come to India. Come to some other countries. That thing does not exist in your country. It only exists in your heads. You cannot even compare to what's out there in other countries of the world and
Well, it's our media.
what's there in USA.
Our media makes it seem like that's all we care about, but the general public
I've
does
seen-
not believe the fucking media here anyway.
Pradeep, I've seen Slumdog Millionaire, so I know you guys are racist against your own people. Like, so you gotta tell me. It's a great movie.
100 times the black and white racism thing that we see on the internet, the cops beating the shit out of them and kind of being racist against them. That's not even 1% of what you're going to see here in India.
Well, because our media only puts out cops beating up black guys. Like cops beat up plenty of white guys too. You know what I mean? Like
It's their way of controlling us, man. It's their way of
us to be at odds,
dividing us all and all that. And it's working, man, because we got people doing this shit
If
now.
if a girl is born dark skinned here in India, their parents do not get away with that shit for like 20 years because they're going to have a problem trying to marry her. They'll have to pay some extra money as dowry. They literally start hating their own kid because it's born dark skinned. That's how much it is here in India.
wow.
You don't get married. If you're a girl and you have a dark skin, you don't get married.
Is it hard
Yeah,
to sell a dark skinned kid?
The dark skinned Brazilians are treated totally different than the lighter skinned Brazilians. Same shit.
So I want to move directions now because we
Got off
talked
topic.
enough on this topic and all. I
That's
want
what's
to talk
up.
about I want to catch everybody up on me and Nanya's update and all, and everything was agreed with the contract. I just wanted to let everybody know that we've been going back and forth for a week or two. He had his lawyers look over everything, no problems with everything, which I wasn't expecting. He kind of threw me off with that, but we're all good to go. So that shit's going down. It's going down March 23rd. Can't wait for that. Nanya, how is training going, bro?
3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be arm wrestling too. Isn't that right, Paul? So
we wanted to keep everybody up to date. So the super matches start on Saturday, March 23rd at 11 a.m. is going to be the kickoff of the super matches. What do we got? We got 5 super matches going on that day. Brian?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we're gonna do the first 4 of them are gonna go start at 11 a.m. and then we're gonna start the tournament, and then right before the pro class at 3 p.m. we're gonna be starting our match between me and Nanya. We're gonna space everything out, and this way we get the tournaments going and we can get everybody tuning in. So it's a good time for West Coast, East Coast, for all over the world and everything. So definitely make note of that, but we'll definitely be posting that a bunch of times where you could see it and all that.
Yeah, we'll have the whole schedule soon.
to answer Paul, yeah, the training's going great. Like I mentioned before, the Vitacell stem cells have really helped. The last 2 weeks, they told me like anywhere from a month to a month and a half is when it really kicks in. So I've been taking it easy on my left side. I mean, my left side I've been taking it easy on for 8 months, pretty much. But just as far as the lifts I can do and what I can do now, it's a totally different game plan. Totally different game. I'm still, my shoulder's still fucked up, but my left forearm is like almost completely healed. I wasn't able to pronate shit before. So yeah, I was doing the pumpkin training, but for someone like me, like I don't really like not having symmetry, and it's kind of hard just to train one side, not train the other. So I feel a lot better, and my training is going a lot more efficiently now that I can train and do gym workouts too. Because like the way I was set up is I was doing, a lot of Devin Lorrat shit, a lot of one arm shit. But as you know, like, you need to be able to shoulder press. You need to be able to do pressing motions and just curling a dumbbell. If you never had a shoulder problem before, like you can't fucking curl a dumbbell. Like it really fucks you up. So yeah, I'm feeling great.
Now, how's your training camp going? 1 to 100, 100 being the best. Where are you at?
I mean, I'd say 80, 85%. And the only reason that would be the limited lifts I can do. I mean, I still can't bench press. It's still hard. If I do push-ups, I need to have like my elbows in, thumb is by my nipples. I can't doing anything like this fucks me up. So I'm on the butterfly machine a lot, which is probably better for arm wrestling. But yeah, I mean, that's
There,
the only thing back. I've been doing a lot of posterior work, posterior chain, falling in love with the GHD machine. The inside of my fucking hamstring. I always pull a calf and a hamstring at the arm wrestling table. Ask anybody. I'm complaining and I'm limping around. I never like really injure anything on my arm wise, like right arm. I mean, obviously left is fucked up, but yeah, I usually pull a hamstring or my calves will be real tight. So a lot
I
of
like
people
how
say
you
left.
just burp in the middle of my interview. Like it's
Yeah,
just, yeah, like
but
no respect, huh?
I,
Gotta teach
I
this guy
just,
respect.
I was eating a lot of chili, lots of chili. I made a big pot the other night, but
Let
yeah,
me ask you, what are you feeling percentage wise of getting the win that day?
honestly, let's go with 85%.
85. So wow, 85-15. Are you training on a table weekly?
Nope, nope. I'm doing it like every 3 weeks. I've been mainly focusing. I know my lanes. I know what I need to do to get stronger. I look at like if I'm leading up to any match, let alone a big match like this, getting on a table with a lot of guys, especially with who I am and where I am right now. A lot of people will have an ego or want to prove themselves. So unless I trust them, I'm not even. It's too much of a risk to even get on a table. I know my lanes. I know what I need to train. I know what I'm doing. It's just get stronger and stay healthy.
All right, so let me give everybody my update where I'm at with everything. So this weekend, I drive out to Arizona. This is my last training camp with Bob Brown. Just going over the last minute details and all. The game plan has already been set. Now just to fine tune everything, and then I'm gonna do a little more lifting. I think another 2 weeks after that, and then I'm shut down March 1st. Gonna completely just heal up. No more table time, no more lifting, just blood
Different.
flow stuff, and that's all I'm gonna do until March 23rd. But
Got the first time taking that much time off, Paul, because I remember you talking like you usually be doing shit a week up until.
yeah, no, I feel better coming in 100%, not having any kind of inflammation. Because you also got to remember, I'm going to be getting on a flight as well, so I want to make sure there's no inflammation in my body at all. Don't want to flare up, and I'm feeling real confident. I'm not as confident as you. I'm not feeling at 85%. I'm feeling probably like 55, 60.
Really?
I definitely got myself, I so to say scared myself, and I'm going off of that. I got in my head I'm the underdog, and I'm preparing as best as I can. As far as my training camp, I'm pretty much close to where you're at. I think I'd say about 90% this training camp went. I had a couple little setbacks, couple other things that I wish I could change, but it's life and you deal with them. But yeah, I'm feeling great about everything. I can't wait to get out there. I just booked a hotel and all. Also want everybody to get the hotel info, Ryan, if you could keep everybody posted with that.
Yeah, we actually filled that hotel, so I had to get another one. So I have a whole new link that I'm going to post probably tonight.
Yeah, so we're sold out on the first one, man. There is people coming from everywhere. It is just
Yeah.
crazy. Every day I'm getting messages from people, and I can't even believe like they're coming from different states. They're flying across the country to see this. I definitely got a lot of surprises of people coming.
Well,
Really,
Yeah, Sarah Collins is coming, and I just got confirmation. So is Elizabeth Mosek.
oh hell yeah, man! There's some killers in the women's class coming for sure. That's gonna be
Women out there, make sure you come and
Paul, I got
she's
a question.
yeah.
competition.
What's up,
Will,
Nanya?
will you be taking Bob Brown's advice? I did see your gym. I know you do have a riser in your gym. Will you be for the first time using a riser at Winter Blast against me?
There's a very good chance that I'm going to be busted. I'm not going to give you 100% answer, but I've been, just to let you know, every time I'm at Bob Brown's, I'm on the riser, and I've been training on the riser out here.
I just want to know if I should
Put you
wear my
down and
steel
you can stand
boots.
on me.
What were you saying, Nanya?
I want to know if I should wear my work boots or wear my Jordans, because my work boots give me like an extra inch and a half height. So, but it's kind of hard because I would like to wear the boots, but then I got the Lucky Jordans, so it's hard not to wear the Lucky Jordans, you know. So I'm kind of torn there.
Hey man, that's all on you, brother. I got my lane and the style I think I'm going with. So I really don't care what you're doing. Doesn't matter who's going to be on the other side of the table. I'm just preparing to be the best I can that day. So, and then the other thing I want to let you know, man, is I've been seeing you've been weighing yourself and you're at like 204. I am surprised. I see in the video now, I'm looking at my face. I'm like, okay, I am around that 200 mark, because I got on the scale the other day and I think it was 202, which I was thinking I was around 190, 192 and everything, but I could see my fat. I'm looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy right now. So I definitely filling in, man, for sure. So, Grondin, what's your thoughts on this match, bro? How does this go?
Dude, I mean, I've pulled both of you. So, you know what I mean? So
I'm asking, man, what's your thoughts?
you guys are just strong in different ways. Like Nanya, well, at the time, not this when I pulled Nanya, like he was mostly just pressing at that time. So he has a strong press. You know, I'll give him that. Like I've seen him get some guys that I never would have thought he'd beat, and he surprised them and caught him with his press. And and you're strong, but you're both strong in different lanes, so it's hard to say. It's really going to come down to who can get the other guy in their lane and fucking go for it. Like if you can derail each other, like if you get him in your lane, you're gonna win that round. If he gets you in his lane, he's gonna win that round. So it's gonna come down to like whoever hits off first, or if someone's just a lot stronger in their lane than the other guy is in defending that lane. Like it's gonna be a chess match, I think.
Yeah, I'm 100% agree with what you just said, man, because I definitely agree. If he gets in his lane, he gets that shoulder behind, it's going to be a long day for me. But he keeps saying little comments that making me think that he's going to try what everybody else tries doing, and going out of their lane because, they know I'm preparing for it, and then they're afraid to go into their lane. And, bro, I'm telling you, if you try top rolling, bro, that's going to be the biggest mistake you make.
I mean,
I
try
welcome it.
forcing a hook. If you try forcing a hook, everybody knows what the best defense/offense to a hook is. So,
You won't even know it's coming, man. You're gonna just come flying into me like always, and you're gonna
but
meet
see,
the wall, bro. We're gonna call the hook the wall. That's
I
what
know
you're
I have
gonna be.
I have two solid lanes though out of a hook. If I can either stay in that hook or I have two solid lanes to get out of that hook though. Little hint there.
What would that be when you just what are
Yeah,
you
that's all you get. I have two
you're gonna
solid lanes.
reverse out? You're gonna do some top rolling shit. You coming outside?
Paul, let's just say I've been studying a lot of Paul Lynn.
Okay, all right. Start looking into
Using
that.
a using what I have against you. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You use the advantages that you have. I mean, there's advantages you can learn and possess, but there's just advantages you're born with that you can take advantage of and exploit on upon the other person.
What do you think your biggest strength against me is?
My leverage, from the way you pull and the people you pull, from what I've seen, number one, you never, no one's ever committed against you. People don't commit to the inside. Everybody tries to top roll you. So I don't think you've ever in competition been tested with somebody committing to an inside lane, but also just my leverage, as Neil would say, my levers. I would be stupid not to use them.
Now, what about the hand battle? Who do you think has the advantage of that, and do you think that comes into play at all with our styles?
I mean, that's gonna be interesting. I have a way longer hand. You have a shorter hand. I feel like possibly in certain areas your hand might be a little bit stronger than mine, but also I can change up. I have more options for different grips than you have. my hand is
That
bigger.
was cute, bro. Did you just say that you thought I was stronger somewhere?
See, might like in a hook. I'm interested to see like in a hook. I would say if your strongest attributes against me will be a hook or a defensive king's move. And if you do go into defensive king's move, hopefully your endurance can last up. So it might be a game of patience too. It might be a game of patience, as well. So we'll
What
see.
scares you the
Maybe
most?
a double kings move. Going into the last match tied up, me and Paul Italia in a double kings move. Very, very dramatic.
I'll start kicking you under the table.
That's another reason to have the steel toe boots. Play a little under there.
What is your biggest fear? Like what track is the biggest fear for me to get in for with you?
I don't know. I don't really think along those lines. I'm a big visionary person. I believe in visualizing. Like when I train, after I train, before I go to bed, I visualize me winning. I feel the emotions take over. Like I'm a firm believer in see it, speak it, believe it. So a lot of it's mind frame. The samurais talk about no mind. When in battle, when somebody's swinging a sword at your face, you can't be thinking about your wife, your personal problems, your bills. You have to have no mind, fully committed to the battle. So in preparation for that, I don't envision any fear. Fear is the destroyer of creativity. So if I'm fearing anything, I can't be as creative as I want, and that's not going along with my vision.
Who has the advantage arm wrestling? Who has more technical skill arm wrestling?
I would say on paper, you should, since you've been around so many elites and had the privilege to pull with so many elites and get coaching that I haven't had. So I would say technically on paper, you should have the advantage. I mean, I seen a video of you like 6, 7 years ago with Mike Aiello standing next to the table. So you say you only been arm wrestling a little bit, but
No, it wasn't. No, listen, it was not 6, 7 years ago, bro.
Oh,
It was 3.5 years ago was when
I'm gonna have to pull that up. I think
yeah,
that
you could,
video
bro.
is.
I've only been in sports coming on 4 years now.
Mm, yeah.
That's it, bro.
So four
I
years.
remember the first day, and I have it documented because it was with Nancy Locke, Israel, Eric Waffel, and it's funny because I ran into Nancy Locke today at the tire place. It was funny, but I have the exact day that I started and everything.
Yeah, I think I have the competition experience. I definitely have that. I've been in as far as pressure and competition, I have that experience over you. But I think you have way more practice, way more time on the table in different lanes than me, and I think that's going to even out. That's going to even out because a lot of like they say there's as far as UFC goes or MMA, they talk about gym warriors all the time, guys that'll fucking beat the shit out of you in practice, but when they get under there, the lights, the crowd, they fall apart. So I mean that's a big thing, and I know that I in a pressure cooker with everything against me, that's when I perform my best. And the lights like that makes me better. If anything, if we were pulling in a garage somewhere without the pressure on me, you would have the advantage over me. But I feel like under the lights, the big stage, all the people, I feel like I have the advantage there just from experience and personality wise. I think that I feed off that, and I think that you kind of cancel that out. And I think you're more the type that finds your happy place. And if you ever seen Happy Gilmore, find your happy place. I think you kind of have to cancel that out, and that might also affect you hearing whatever coach you have or whoever's trying to give you advice because you're canceling all that out and you're too zoned in. Whereas I'll be more aware.
I want to say one thing. You're wrong with that because I am made for the spotlight. That's when I come out. That's for the biggest thing that I got a compliment was from Travis Bajent. And Travis does not do that with anybody. And he was all drunk that night. And he said to me, he goes, bro, he goes, you got the it factor. He's like, when the lights come on, He's like, you got what it takes, man. That's when you just step up a whole nother level. He's like, guys that might be able to beat you in practice, when those lights are on, it's a whole different ball game. You know, the intensity I bring and all that. And I don't know, man. I operate good, you know, under the lights, man. I always like that. You know, I guess maybe
We'll see. I kind of sense a little bit of nervous energy from you sometimes. Like even on your show, like your voice changes up. Like sometimes maybe you should go back and watch yourself. But I don't know. I just see like you I don't know. I feel like it goes in and out. It goes in and out. It goes in and out. You change up. Your voice changes. Your mannerisms change. So maybe I'm reading into that too much. Maybe it's something else, but it's something I notice.
Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I definitely don't. Especially when I'm on air now, bro. I don't even like realize
No,
I'm there. It's like just talking to the homies. You know,
nah,
you
but
too
sometimes
much.
you get like something's caught in your throat a little bit, like you're pulled over by a state trooper, like, and you're getting your information out of your glove box. I kind of read that energy, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Just my perception.
Yeah, you're off on a lot of things in life, so I think we could just, you know, note it off to one of
I
those.
think
But
I
in the
don't know. I think
meantime, we got a super chat from Eric Harlan for $10, and he goes,
$10.
"Everyone go back nine
That's
episodes."
an hour's pay.
Oh, hold on, we're gonna have to mute him.
You got money,
I'm
dude.
out. All right, Eric Harlan. Everyone go back 9 episodes on the 98 live. Oh God, here we go. We're getting instructions now. I apologize after saying the N word twice. The racist thing is a cover up for the real reason why I'm not allowed on this show, etc. It's politics. And I'm going to throw in this, that, and the third because we know he would have said that if he put all words in there.
What's the politics, dude? I just don't like you. Fucking fuck off. I mean, like it's our show. If I don't want you on it, you're not on it. It comes down to I just don't like you, bro. It's not politics.
It's just you can't play in our sandbox,
Piss
bro.
me off, and I don't want you on my fucking show. It's that easy.
Boom.
Fucking, where's this guy getting $5 and $10, dude? He's a fucking dishwasher.
Hey, you guys got to stop pushing away my super chats, bro. He's the only one paying the bills over here.
Yeah. You're making more money off Eric Harlan than anybody else.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming, guys.
He's borrowing money from his gay roommates.
Well,
so Nanya or Christopher, which one do you prefer to go by? So Christopher, sounds like you don't want the match to stop. You're wanting to seal it, seal the deal quick. You don't really like those long drawn out matches, do you?
Nah, it's not my style. I prefer just go in there and flash, bam, bam, bam. Of course, but I also expect the unexpected, and I don't expect to just flash them. I know that's my biggest thing is to be patient. What I've learned from my previous matches, a lot of times I took L's where if I was a little bit patient and I stayed somewhere and just waited, I would have won it. So I've definitely learned from my mistakes, and I won't be making that with the Paul match.
It's hard.
Right. You hear that, Paul? You hear that, man?
Patient, you know.
Yeah,
I'm prepared, man. I'm not taking this lightly. You know, a lot of people, if I listen to everybody else, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna kill this dude," and I'm like, I keep looking at it as I'm the underdog, man. I seen him in action, and you know, that press, bro, that shit, it looks hard to deal with, man. So, you know, I'm not taking any away from him. I'm not feeling overly confident at all. But I'll just say one thing: I am definitely the strongest I've ever been. You know, that is 100%.
yeah,
I
man.
can say this.
Nanya, that style you got, that press, it's crazy, man. I've been arm wrestling for almost 10 years, and I still can't find a comfortable position like that. So the fact that you found one right off the bat is dangerous. It's a good one.
Yeah, I don't even like to press, dude. I feel like I'm gonna break my arm or something.
Yeah, it's not fun. Even like when I'm pulling other people, even like the lightweights. You know, we got our guy Ricky. You know, Israel. And Ricky, he's 150 pounds, and dude, he powerfully gets that frame behind it, and I mean, it hits the joints. You know, it's not fun to deal with.
Hey, you know what? Israel just made me think of something. I tell people that my press power was just natural. Just as first time I got an arm wrestling table, like that's all I had, so that's what I used. But when I think about it, like, where did I get this from? And you know, I did roofing. I did roofing for most of my life. And if anybody's ever done roofing, and I would tear the roofs off, hanging from one side with the fucking and it honestly, probably from roofing and a lot of the work I've done. Like I've done all different kinds of labor work. I used to get picked up on a Mexican work corner, so I've done all different kinds of work. And since I'm right-handed dominant, like a lot of it is like hanging off roofs or being in a weird situation. And honestly, that pressing motion being integral like that, I think it's genetic, and it came from just my lifestyle, like the work I've done most of my life.
Yeah, so a couple of things that I've noticed about this press thing. Two types of press. One, when you are in a war and then you transition to a press. This is something that anyone can do that. The first time I saw an arm wrestling table, the first time ever, I did that in an actual match. So a transition from an open arm hook top roll kind of thing, whatever I was trying to do, then I stood up and pressed. So that's easy. Anyone and everyone can do that. The second thing is press off the go. That's something that kind of comes with the genetic. The guys that are just naturally moving forward without opening this angle up at all. And the first thing that I was talking about, a transition. I've seen this and outside, from an outside move to an inside transition, that people can do easily. Sometimes the entire match is in an inside game, and still you kind of switch from outside to inside. So you are in a hook, but that's kind of an open hook. You're trying to drag your opponent down, you couldn't. So it's still kind of an outside move in my opinion. Then you stand up and switch to a complete inside move. These are the things I think, if you cannot do that, so there's something wrong with your joints if you cannot do that with opponents who are kind of equal with you. But the press off the go, I'm not really sure how much you can train that. That's kind of genetic in my opinion.
Nanya, how do you do it?
What he's talking about?
Yeah, off the go. Like, how do you set up for it and all? Like, how do you get that momentum, and how did you learn that?
I mean, at first, like I said, just a natural thing, but then it's a lot of it's timing. I explain it like this: like, people think Anderson Silva is super fast. He's not. He had excellent timing. So like, timing is a motherfucker, and it's timing. And again, knowing all the years of just being comfortable of being in certain positions, knowing, being confident, and jumping into it. I feel like a lot of people, they have a fear, they have a worry or concern about jumping right into it. They're hesitant, and anybody knows with sports like this, if you're hesitant like that's doomed. That'll fuck you up. So not being hesitant, trusting in my abilities, and just over time learning how to get up on that table, position myself just right where the refs ain't busting my balls, and being in the best position. I can't really explain it. It's being real close, being real tight. Like I like to, if I'm really going to commit to a press, I'm wrapping my leg around the table, around the right side leg, and I'm putting my elbow. I'm not going to say where, but there's certain positions I put it on the pad, which makes a big difference. That's what I'll say. To answer your question, it's elbow placement and where your leg's at. How are you lined up on the table? I see a lot of guys go to press. They're just casually standing there at the table, like bow-legged at the table. It's not how you do it, man. Like, the reason my hamstrings or calves get pulled is because like I'm in like a karate type stance. Like I'm tensed through my legs. So it's the setup, man. A lot of it's the setup.
Are you loading?
I'm loading through my legs and core, yeah, all the time. I've learned to be looser. Don't waste energy loading up there, especially if we're going to a refs or a set grip. You're wasting energy. But yeah, I'm loading. I'm loading from my feet, from the ground up. Yeah, I'm loading there 100%.
Now that's a pretty, like, my whole problem with that I've always kind of had is when you're, setting up for it and doing everything that you're saying you're doing, you're basically setting up for like 100% commitment, right? So you're either gonna get their arm to where you want to, or what I'm afraid of is you're gonna commit everything except the arm, and that's gonna go the other way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So aren't you scared that you're gonna get someone one day and they're just gonna be strong enough to hold you either center or take you to their side as you're moving towards the press?
I mean, I've had a course, and again, quick reflexes, being able to adapt. If like I can fully commit to the press and then realize that I need to bail on this as soon as it starts. So as fast as I commit and the timing to it, I can also reassess and not commit and change my lane and save myself as well.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That I mean, that personally, that's what I'm, I've kind of stay away from the press because of that. But yeah,
Like
I mean,
Israel, if you're talking about like worried about someone like hurting you, there's been plenty of times where I went for it and hit that wall, and I'll be the first one to jump across the table. Like, so if I go for it and I don't got it, a lot of guys they'll go. Like you saw Peter Brana, no offense, like he has a heart of a warrior against him. I would never put myself in that position, especially on that last round, especially learning what I did. So I'll go and commit everything. But if I feel that's not going somewhere and someone can fucking hurt me, I'll be the first one to jump across that table and save my ass, Look,
How do you make the transition like from the go to the top roll?
I mean, it depends. If the good thing about pressing is you always have the option of the low hand and back and forth, and even having a good low hand is great because you don't really got to worry about if you get dumped. You can even dump your hand and give someone a false sense of security, and they think you're going to do something else. But the low hand backs up the press, and supination, down pressure when you're taller. All these things matter.
Very interesting.
Down pressure. A lot of people don't talk about down pressure. What's up, Paulin?
What do you do for your down pressure?
I do a lot of shit. I do a lot of high pulley work. I mean, that's down pressure. Supination, down pressure. Karate type shit.
tricep movements type work or what?
Huh?
Like tricep movement work?
Not necessarily. I mean, I do triceps, like with the supination, but I'm more talking about like I have long arms, and I'm not the tallest motherfucker, but I'm taller than a lot of people, and there's some people that are taller than me, but they have shorter arms. So I've definitely learned that down pressure is something a lot of people don't talk. I think it's one of the most neglected things for a lot of guys that could use it in a position. They're not training it. They're not really thinking about it. And I didn't until this past year.
What's your strongest like strength, like out of everything? Like, is it your down pressure? Like, what is it? Your press? Like, what is your strongest strength in arm wrestling?
Everybody tells me they feel great back pressure. I feel like I don't have that great back pressure, but people usually compliment my back pressure, my rise. The people that I do hold center, I kind of it's weird though. Like when you get on a table with people, there's certain people that you can just play with and kind of hold center with just pronating. So with people weaker than me or even I won't go to pin them. I kind of like to play with my lanes and see how I can hold somebody, with my pronation or my supination. Just being able to move around, dude. Like knowing you have all these different lanes to go to, and if something's not working, to transition. If you keep think of it like guys rolling on the ground, right? Like if you ever watch a fight, how they keep transitioning from one thing, defending this and that, the arm bar, going back and forth like a Fedor fight. Like it's being able to keep transitioning, keep moving. Don't get stuck in one lane or be like, oh, this is all I got. Keep it moving through the transitions, because even though and keep going back, because say at first I went to a certain lane and it wasn't there. Well, guess what? By the time I transitioned a few times and center of the table moved, now I could go back to that lane. You moved to a different position, and now that lane's open. So,
Got you. And what do you think is the most important thing to train before your match? Like, what was your priority for this one?
Riser.
I'll listen to your own, and then I'll get the fuck off.
Who the fuck is that?
Who is that?
Oh, who the fuck is that? You got a black screen, bro. Hit your video. You gotta hit video. Start video.
Is somebody else in here?
Yeah, there's a sixth person.
iPhone 4.
Yeah, iPhone 4.
Yo,
Wow.
that's
He's been here for like 10 minutes.
Who is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
hopefully it's Jimmy.
iPhone 4.
Hit start video at the bottom of the screen. Your video's off.
And your audio's off now too.
What the hell is going on in here? We got somebody just hanging out in the room right now.
I sent the info to Jimmy G, and he said he was coming. So,
Oh,
okay.
might be Jimmy G.
It's definitely got to be Jimmy G.
Yeah.
I kept hearing things before. I was like, am I imagining something? Like, is Nanya got some going on in the background or something? I thought somebody was talking over there. Okay. Okay. So what was the most your priority training for this camp?
Riser.
Riser. Okay. And how many times a week were you training that and getting ready for
I usually do I go off a feel. I don't have a chart. I don't have a setup. I wake up. What am I going to do today? How do I feel? I think riser, it's a small muscle, like spaced out. But when I do it, I fully commit. Bro, you have to hit start video. Tap the screen and then it says start video. It'll have a red line crossing it because it's not on.
And why is he coming on?
To promote shit, and he's making a video.
You're not supposed to just give out the code, bro. You're invited. Like it's not like an open. You just bring whoever else you want on and everything.
First of all,
why do we have somebody else on here that's not even talking? And you know what I mean,
the buzz
but he had shit to promote, and he's making a hype video, and there's other things to announce. But I did ask you before, but you didn't answer me, so I took liberty. Sue me, Paul.
Oh my God, I love it.
Damn, you're mad rosy, Paul. Paul, your cheeks are so rosy and shiny right now, dude. You need to stop drinking. You're drinking too much, man.
No, I wasn't drinking, man. I was at the tanning salon.
You look like Hunter Welch. You look like Hunter Welch right now with them rosy cheeks.
I got to change. You know what it is? The lighting, man. Look at this. I had the other camera on before, so watch this.
Your cheeks look like Joe Rogan's head.
Yeah, but now
tanning with Mike Aiello.
Yeah, there you go. I gotta get ready for our match, bro. I gotta look pretty when I beat you, bro. Come on, man. There'll be a lot of pictures there and videos going around. Speaking of that, we got to get on Nanya with the sponsorships and everything, with the shirts, everything that we had planned, get everything ironed out with the contract. But now that's ironed out, we'll get on that. Let's do that tomorrow. And also, there'll be some sponsorship opportunities. Get on the jerseys that we're gonna wear that day, and a couple other things we got going on with the belt and all. So we'll be making a post with that tomorrow. But if that's something you guys are interested in, you can hit me up, and we could definitely set something up with that. All right, guys. Anything else you want to talk about, Pradeep? What's been going on in arm wrestling news world, bro? Because I gotta admit, guys, I haven't been keeping up to date with anything. I've been so focused with business and training. It's just I haven't had any off time, so I've been slacking. So if you could maybe catch us up real quick, man. Is anything major happening in the last week that we need to know about?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think there has been any big events. I too have been a little bit not so up to date with stuff. I'm uploading videos usually like 30 hours later when the actual event or whatever happens. So nothing big going on. But yeah, there is one thing. I don't think any Indian arm wrestler is watching this here, but just for the Indian arm wrestling fans, I've tied up with King of the Table and I got a 50% discount for King of the Table pay-per-view. If you are from India, the $20 pay-per-view for now is $10 only. So that's the deal that I got with them.
Coolest thing, bro. I just got an apartment over in India, man. So friggin' me and Israel split it. So
we're gonna come right to you, Pradeep.
Yeah, and yeah, if you, are you guys thinking about inviting somewhere at some event some Indian arm wrestlers? There's one guy who has been making a name for himself, Abhas Rana. I'm not sure if you've heard about him or not. I'm not sure Israel's level where he's at yet, or Nanya exactly, but I think there may be a good shot that he beats everyone on this call, and he's 16 years old.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's 16. He's benching like 400 pounds at 16.
Yo, he might beat all of us, but he ain't beating Israel.
That's why I said.
Yeah,
Israel, that's very impressive at 16.
I saw a practice poll with him when Ryan Bowen came here to India. I know, yes, he had an easy match a day before. Ryan's match was a war, but a couple of days later, Ryan had to kind of like wait here to tire him out for like 10-15 seconds before he could do anything with him. And on the left, he was like pinning Ryan like it was nothing.
Can you send me his link when we get off here? Because I'll
Abhas
share.
Rana, yeah. You can just search Abhas Rana. At 15, he had been arm wrestling for like 1.5 years. He went to WAF in the sub junior category under 16 and dominated everyone left and right.
Deep,
The
write it in the
Georgians
chat right now. Can you just, because you have
in
to say it in
The
in
name,
chat.
can you
Kazakh,
spell it out?
Yeah.
AABHAS, Abbas, then Rana, RANA, and went into Kazakhstan for the Worlds and beat all of the young Kazakh kids. And we know how strong they really train in their own hometown. With just 1.5 years of training, dominated everyone at WAF.
Just type it in the chat so everybody, his full
Hey,
name. and everything.
Question for Israel.
Yeah.
Yo, Israel, are you coming to Winter Blast?
I think we might have something happening around here during that date. I have to confirm with Paul and everyone else.
Yeah, he
It's a
got
possibility,
something,
but
he got
yeah.
something big. Remember, I was telling you somebody contacted him. Don't say that, but you remember somebody contacted him and all. They're gonna have a big practice and all.
We'll see.
Well,
Man, I really wish, dude. Winter Blast is gonna be fucking insane this year.
Whether it's at Winter Blast or not, he's probably got a match, but I got an interesting match recommendation. I'd like to see Israel versus Roger Bailey Learned. I think that would be a good match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Roger, right-handed. Is that what you're talking about?
Either I don't know what's your specialty or what it is.
Right,
I just think
yeah.
I think he's probably ranked higher than you.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good match for you. I just think it would be an entertaining match regardless.
Is he like? I mean, I used to follow Robert, but I think he broke his arm, right?
He's back. He's back now.
He's back
strong.
now. Okay.
Yeah, he's back and he's strong.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
He just
Yeah,
had
that one was one I kept saying we were really interested in that a long time ago. I think Donovan pulled with Roger a little, and Roger was dominating him in Texas and all. But I think he was. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I could see that.
He had a match in Florida with Craig Soublier recently.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I think Craig won, but it was like 2-3 or something.
Wow.
I think Israel might be a little notch above, guys. Israel's being Tony Tomlinson, and he's right under like Mega Mike and all that. He's right there, guys. He's top dog in Cali, one of the top dogs.
Yeah, but hey, Ryan, you ever have ideas for a match, man? You let me know.
Yeah,
dude, absolutely.
Yeah, bro. We got to get him out there, man. I'm telling you, him and Tom Nelson, bro. They're going back and forth. Like he's gonna pass Tom Nelson in the next year or so. It's gonna be.
What's your weight?
I'm like 295 right now.
Oh, dude, throw him in with like fucking Nick Stone and shit.
Yes, that's what we're talking. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's like his league right over there. I'm not taking away anything from any. I just think Roger's the weight class under him, right?
Or what about Paul Cruz? Paul Cruz in Israel. I think Paul Cruz.
That's another one.
Yes, that's
25 now. Roger lost a lot.
Those are matches that we want. Those are matches that he needs to test himself with for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Nick Stone and Paul Cruz. Those are ones that make sense for sure.
Hit Paul Cruz first, Israel. I think you need to get a win. Nick Stone is a fucking monster, dude.
No, he is.
Cruz is the top dog in New York. Paul Cruz.
Yeah, but Stone will cross Cruz, wouldn't he? I don't know if they've arm wrestled recently.
That's not a positive 100%. I think they I'm sure they've pulled, but that would be a back and forth because I think Paul Cruz and Mike Aiello go back and forth, and Mike Aiello and Nick had some wars. I remember they broke the table at Dan Schwartz's house when they pulled
the handle right off the fucking thing.
I was right there. It was crazy.
Anybody heard anything of Mike Aiello? How's he doing these days?
Yeah, Mike the man. Mike's always training, and Mike's got a lot of things going on right now with
Is he compete recently or anything in arm wrestling?
Nah, I think he had some back surgeries and he's just getting back into shape and training in the gym and all that kind of stuff. I know he had
he has a new boyfriend.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, man. No, he's one of those guys that, he was like knocking on that elite door.
Yeah. He was always a gatekeeper for sure. But he had a lot of things with the back surgeries with his job, and he's a firefighter, and I know he got injured on the job and had a couple of surgeries, and I know they went bad. When you're 6'6" and you got all that muscle, man, it's kind of hard on the body, I'd say.
Yeah, it is for sure.
But I really looking forward to seeing him come back for sure. And guys, I also want to talk about that Valhalla 3 arm gods. They got some nice matches going on, and I want to see that Tom Holland versus Craig Toulier. What do you guys think? Thoughts on that one? What is your thoughts on that, Nanya? You just pulled with Craig.
Definitely, I'd have to go with Craig, bro. He fucking brick wall. That dude's scary, fucking strong. At a lot of people I got on the table with, he was one where I immediately was like, whoa, yeah, he could hurt you. He could hurt you fucking easily.
Beast. We
Yeah.
got a super chat from Clifton Erickson, $1.99. He says, winner of Jamie and I, Israel. Ooh. So, guys, we know that Clifton's got a big match coming up against Jamie Sheldon. We had Clifton on, I think it was like a week or two back on the Arm Wrestling Buzz Show. If you haven't already, go check that out. They had a really good one, and their match is coming up very soon. Israel, what's your thoughts on that, man? A match against Jamie Sheldon or Clifton?
Jamie Sheldon, I think those guys are a little bit lighter than me, but
Wait,
hey,
I think he weighs the same of your left leg, bro.
If he's feeling up for it, I mean, hey, arm wrestling's arm wrestling, brother. I'm game.
I know Clifton's a lot bigger though. I think Clifton's probably like 230, 240, jack dude and all.
Oh, okay.
Guys, Israel, man, he's close to 300 pounds. So. What was that?
Can you pull Nanya?
Who? Clifton? Clifton, did you pull Clifton?
I don't recall.
I thought you did. No?
No, I don't recall. Maybe I did. I have no idea.
You think he's over in the East Coast area and all.
I don't think I've ever met him.
How long has he been pulling for?
I think he pulled for a long time, and then he took some time off, and now he's 8 months back in, I believe.
Nice.
So he's going right back after Jamie. Real humble dude, but monster, bro. Like,
is Jamie right now? Because he fluctuates. Isn't he heavier now anyway? I think Jamie's
like, he just had a match with Anderson at 232, I believe. So
okay, so he's on his bigger side.
Big. Yeah. Or maybe it was like 220 something. I'm not sure.
I don't think he was that big, bro. I think he probably like 205.
Yeah, Brian, I had a match with
I think he's gone up to 220.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Okay. I think so.
That's crazy. Hell yeah. He's getting big then.
Yeah, Jamie's one of those guys that can go from like 200 to 230. He's a beast.
Hell yeah. Yo, are you going to put out on your channel the match with you and Uncle John?
Yes, bro. I need to do that. I am.
What are you waiting for?
I've been slacking. I know.
Yeah, if you're not going to put it out, I'll get it out there, man. So
yeah, I need to put it out.
Yeah,
you guys left or right?
Right.
How'd he go?
I beat him 3-0.
Nice. Dude, that I know you're strong because I know Uncle John is strong as fuck too.
No, he's strong. He's strong.
250 now, bro.
And he looked beefy. So
yeah, dude. The dude was like, he had his freaking muscle suit on, man.
Guys, you don't understand. Nanya and Ryan, you literally could take your both hands and pull Israel, and he'll go right through you guys. Like, I'm not joking, bro. Like, you guys don't understand of how strong this dude is, bro.
Dude, I can't wait to grip up with Nanya, bro, and Ryan, man. That'll be fun.
These West Coast dudes all know, man. They all know what he is, man. Dude is a fucking beast.
I mean, he got 100 pounds on me. He should. He fucking should.
It's not even that. It's what I was talking about in that group, bro. He's 10 plus years, and he started off with world champions Eric Waffel and them from the beginning. Granted, they didn't teach him much and all, but in the last couple of years, when me and him now have got together, he's leveled up because now technique's coming into play. He's learning Bob Brown's ways, and you know,
dude, getting ready, bro, for real.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, we got to get him some matches for sure, man. Like, definitely. I like that Roger match. That might be a good one. That could be a good one. You know, maybe could do both arms, right and left. You know, that could be a good one. That might be some at AWU. That could be a good match over there.
Yeah, that would be good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Roger has said he wants to go down to AWU because he's from Texas. So it's this
forgot about
homeland.
Yeah. It's not far for us over there. So
that could be the future, dude. 2 arm wrestlers against Israel. Tandem arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys real quick. Who do you guys think is going to win between Dave Shubich and John Brownwell? I'm going to ask Nanya first.
I said this before. I'm going to go with Shubich just because I know him. I've seen him pull. I haven't seen John pull at all. He seems like a nice guy, a great guy and all, but I'm just unfamiliar with him. So,
Rondon, you know both pullers.
Both of them. It's hard to say because like when people are like a level or two ahead of you, you can't really judge how much stronger.
No idea if they were half a notch stronger or 10 notches stronger.
There's no way to tell. But I'll say, Shubich has been pulling longer. John probably is stronger because of his strength sport background and bodybuilding and stuff, but it's going to be close, man. I think it's going to be a close, really good match.
We got a super chat from Clifton Erickson, 499. He says, I have been in 14 years, 230 pounds, 218 pound for Jamie. Jamie will be 205 to 210 max. Israel could be fun. Biggest guys are fun to pull. And then he says, right after that, Clifton Erickson, $1.99. Never pulled Nanya. Thank you for those super chats, Clifton. Thank you, bro. Yeah, so yeah, that's he's a pretty big dude, 230 pounds, but he's cutting down to 218 to be closer to Jamie. And like I said, I didn't think Jamie was much over 205, because I mean he used to be like 165 or something like so. He's put on some size over the years.
Oh, a light bulb just went off in my head about 2 minutes ago. If you want to try to get this Harlan and Grondin match, I just thought of a great idea. Has anybody seen where they arm wrestle? But you can punch instead of holding the peg. You can
X-arm.
Yeah. Grondin, would you accept an X-arm rules match with Harlan where you get to punch him in the head, kick him under the table? Like, how's that sound?
If it was a lefty match, yep.
There you go, Paul.
As long as my right is free, absolutely.
Yeah, and I would be down today. Harlan, if you're listening, you want to do XR rules? Yeah, we can have a match.
Dude, so we would have to change the promotion then. And that wouldn't be an AWU. That would be an Arm Gods promotion. 100%.
They're already doing tax, bro.
Look it up.
Hell yeah.
Let's just get rid of the table and fucking,
It's funny because I think they're planning in the future bringing Arm Gods to the United States. So we might have something here. Maybe that's something we hold.
Actually, we've been talking to them about we might be helping them out with that.
Oh, that would be amazing, bro.
That'd be cool. I told them like they could use all our equipment so they don't have to fly over tables and all that shit and everything. So we're kind of talking about it.
Yeah, Arm Gods 98 collab, that would be fucking fire, bro.
I mean, they've been sponsoring all our Winter Blasts from day one, so we have a good relationship with them.
Bring in AWU too, AWU, all of them together, man. And now we got some serious matches too with all the different characters from each group.
And a mega production, bro. That would be crazy.
Everybody will be East versus West too.
Hell yeah. We got another AWU 4.5 coming up, and they're going official with the production. They're going Flashpin Productions is taking over. That's Marcus Tedesco and Trey Johnson, and Dustin Pulls is like the front guy that does all the commentary, kind of like Dana White. I was saying, really good with it. But they're stepping everything up, and I think that's going down April 9th. Is it Nanya? Is that the date?
I have. Wade Carlson's running that, and it's gonna be a shit show. Good thing Dustin's there. Dustin will probably be running it. He'll probably be doing. He's like the Joe Rogan because that's what Joe Rogan does. But hopefully he's Dana White behind the scenes and kicks Wade Carlson to the side. Says, "Let me fucking run this shit," so it's a success. Hopefully that happens.
Yeah, well, they're doing that same setup that they did with that super match event they did last with that production, and it was really, really cool, man, with the lighting and kind of Dustin kind of being like the commentary guy that's breaking everything down, and just like we said, he was kind of like Joe Rogan that day, but really, really great production. And now they're going to be doing it with AWU, so you get to see all the characters in there, and hopefully I get to see you taking a match also. Come off your loss. You're going to take that devastating loss against me March 23rd. It'd be a nice bounce back match. Get your spirit back up for April 9th.
At a Wade Carlson event. AW 4.5 is a garage event. It's not a real AWU. I'll be at AWU 5 when David the Don Kotlow is running it like it should be.
Well, we'll see what's going on with that because there's a lot of politics, and I think there was some sign over of the LLC, and there might be ownership.
David Troll. That's his Kotlow troll.
Maybe we'll see all you guys at Summer Blast.
When is? Oh my God! You got me excited there for a moment. I was like, "Oh shit! When is that? Hell yeah!"
He's throwing it out there to see the reactions.
There you go. Hell yeah!
SummerSlam, Summer Blast, Summer Blast makes sense.
Did we ever get everything? I want to bring up this topic. I don't want to start like any shit show or anything, but I think it definitely needs to be talked about on the buzz this week. And just with the politics going on with as far as promoters and I'm not going to mention names directly or whatever, but people just kind of out of spite, throwing events right around your big event, and it's kind of like straightforward kind of things. And I scratch my head. I witnessed it myself when I was a promoter, and I was I couldn't believe shit like that would go on, and I don't understand why, because we're supposed to be on the same team here. Everybody's trying to grow arm wrestling, but I don't know if it's the ego thing taking over, where everybody wants to be the guy or whatever. But we need to all stick together, man, and like spread out your events. Don't do it out of spite. If it happens and you're not anywhere close, I understand. We're not holding that against you. But if you're doing it out of spite, I just see that as being a problem, and I hope that's not happening.
People start to notice it too. Like arm wrestlers aren't stupid. Like you start to see certain people like a pop-up event, 2 weeks before or after something, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. And I think that holds us back as a sport, and
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
100%.
I feel bad for the pullers because I feel like you're making them choose. Like maybe they want to go to both, but now you're putting them so close together, they got to choose one, and I don't think that's fair.
yeah.
So, bro, this
Feel to go
this
to
let's work together to grow the sport. These kind of things only work until there is profit in the game. So until arm wrestling was profitable for the arm wrestlers, everybody was like, let's grow this thing together. As soon as you see profits, it is inevitable they will be stepping over each other's toes intentionally, most of the times trying to keep them, let them stay behind you, because you want to be the leader. Like, you wouldn't hear Pepsi and Coca-Cola company say, let's grow this soft drinks industry together. They
yeah,
wouldn't say that. They are each other's competition.
right.
So it will be in arm wrestling. As
Well,
soon
we
as you
were
are
newer
profitable,
and
you
smaller,
don't want.
were friendlier to us. Now, like once Winter Blast got like big, all of a sudden, like we're viewed as like a threat or an enemy, or for some reason, which I don't understand why. Because we've always said like, hey, if you send us your flyers, like we'll promote them for free. Like Dave Shell does that list. Like we promote everyone in the area, but for some reason, there's a few people that
I,
just
maybe you're not profitable yet. That's why you're promoting
not.
everyone's
That's
name.
yeah, Pradeep. That's
Definitely
what
not.
that's I know what Pradeep's talking about, and
Yeah,
Pradeep's talking on the large scale.
right,
And
right.
I understand where you're. There's been a lot of local stuff going on here in North America in like little territories, and we're talking about people that aren't making any money. We're just
Okay.
trying to survive and throw nice things for the arm wrestlers. No promoters making a dollar on it, and what other promotions are doing is out of spite, and they're making events a week before, and I'm saying they just announced this like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? It's kind of straight up when they do that, knowing that Winter Blast been announced for now 3-4 months. It's been
Yeah.
full blast going.
Cool thing though is putting it out there. The community like started complaining about it, and then they moved it. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about one specific one because I don't
Yeah,
want to sink
there's a
out.
lot of them, but like
That's what I mean. There was a bunch
some
of
of the
different
East
events.
versus West qualifiers like are popping up, and it's like, oh, dude, what the fuck? Like, I don't. It doesn't really affect us, but it affects the pullers because it's like some of these guys would like to come to Winter Blast, but also go try to qualify for East versus West. So you're screwing that guy by making him choose between the two. Where if you just made it 2 or 3 weeks further down the road, they'd go to both. So why are you like you're risking your own tournament too by making it close to a big major one? It just seems like a bad idea. I don't know. I always look and try to stay as many weeks away from something as possible.
Yeah, I,
But
I agree with that, man. I just don't see any
seems
reason.
like a bad plan, like business plan. Like maybe, yeah, okay, maybe you might take a few guys away from coming to Winter Blast, but you're also going to lose guys that are not going to your thing. So why do that when you could just move it away a week or two and have your tournament and it'll be successful and ours will be successful,
Somebody, Mr. Peanut just said, Wall scheduled its very first event across the street, same day as the Arnold Sports Festival.
Yeah.
The Grade the Arnold held cash event on top of their yearly established event. Hmm.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be coming back soon too. They're
Is that
kinda-
something that just got announced, Paul?
Uh, no, I think he was talking about in the past. He was talking
Oh,
about
I see.
Wallace did. Yeah, no, I don't think he's talking about the future. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Peanut.
Yeah,
Um, what's your guys' whole thoughts on
tournament around here has been a freaking East versus West qualifier. Like it starts to take away from the fucking like
that's what
everything's a qualifier. All right, so fucking Winter Blast is a qualifier so that you can get into heaven.
you just took away my next question, bro. I literally was just about to say that. What do you think as far as all these East versus West qualifiers popping up now? Is it too much? Is it
I
is it
think so. I
yeah,
think it's too much because even like small little 30-man tournaments are a fucking qualifier for East versus West. Come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And then also last year, look what happened. They had all these qualifiers and then everybody showed up and they just let anybody get into the fucking finals, even if you didn't qualify. So
Yeah,
it took,
wasn't it like you could just pay a certain amount or something, you had to pay a little extra or something like that?
yeah, I thought that was, even the Angry Bird mentioned something about that. Like he was like, that was kind of stupid.
I mean, imagine if you went and you flew across the country to go qualify
Qualify.
and paid
Yeah.
all this money, and then all of a sudden, Joe Smo comes in that day and is just like, "Here's $50, bro," and you're
Yeah.
just like, "Dude, I just spent a couple $1,000 to
Eight
get over
hours
there."
to go
I think
qualify.
I think I think American promotions are being short-sighted because they're piggybacking and riding off the East versus West. When how about this? They should be promoting. They should have an American version. They should be competing with Engen, and they should be having qualifiers for an American version of East versus West, where we have them coming over here. Why are so many American promotions they're pretty much admitting like, hey, like we're a feeder. We're being a feeder organization for the superior East versus West. To me, it's just
Well, I
bad
like
promotion
Knuckles Up.
as far as
I'm,
North America.
I'm glad Knuckles Up's doing what they're doing because it gives us something here that's
Yeah,
top notch level of production.
That's why I'm kind of like hoping with I love Knuckles Up. I mean, they're doing it big. There's a couple guys, you got AWC also doing it up in Canada. I don't like them so much. The Toddler, you got the Toddler Factory going on. So, there is a couple in North America, but I'm excited to hear with WAL coming back. I'm not sure if they're gonna figure out finally how to make a profit and make it worthwhile for them. But what I do love is the spotlight they put on our sport and get everybody in North America into it. A lot of non-arm wrestler eyes are on it, So I'm looking forward to that because I love East versus West as coming from a purist arm wrestler. I could just sit there and watch that 20 hours a day and be the happiest person alive. But as far as bringing in new people in the sport, I just don't think it's doing that at all. I think it's not made for that. I think we still have to
Watch it, they
find.
get enough. Like when you see like them stopping matches with a lot of fouls, like people that don't know arm wrestling are like, this is why did they stop that? This is boring.
Yeah, and even some of the ones like I'm excited about to see all those stops. It kind of I lose my like,
Really? Yeah.
yo, dude, come on, man. Like,
Oh, the other thing too is I heard WL is going to be kind of like in cahoots with East versus West.
I don't know, man, because we
I
gotta
hope.
wait to see, because I've heard WAL is coming back with this, coming back with a reality show, they're doing this, just I want to see what they say and what actually does happen before we like just jump to any conclusions and all. But I'm excited for them to come back and just get a spotlight here in North America on a big stage, and I think that's going to be a great thing for arm wrestling. And I think just like we were saying, with having like 50 different qualifiers for East versus West, it's kind of watering it down and kind of taking the prestige level away from it as well too. So, you know, but guys, is there anything else you want to talk about? We've been on for quite a while tonight. I think it's time to call it a night. I know it's getting late on the East Coast over there. Grindin, would you like to say anything else about Winter Blast?
Winter Blast.
Everybody better go, man. Definitely, if you guys are in that East
Even if
Coast
you're not going to pull, just come hang out because we got a lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of vendors coming. It's not really like just a tournament. Like we have a lot of like vendors coming, like selling things and showing the things they make and shirts and hats and like it's going to be like an event, like a.
hell yeah.
like an arm wrestling expo, you know. So that's kind of what we try to do with Winter Blast. It's
Arm
not,
wrestling Disneyland, bro. That's what you got to
I,
go for.
And it's a
But yeah,
weekend full of fun. It's not just one day. And then Roy, what you were saying, he said East versus West is about being the best. You have to cater to the top elite athletes that want to compete against each other. That's what East versus West is about. 100% agree. Yes, 100%, bro. But all I'm saying is I just want something else out there, in North America, bringing in North American non-arm wrestlers, guys that aren't in our sport, because that's where we're going to see the growth that we need when we just got arm wrestling fans coming in, not even pullers, just fans that love watching it and all. That's a great thing. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Nanya. Thank you for giving us the update, man. Looking forward to I want to see some more training videos of you, bro. Want to see, wow, damn, bro. Look at those twigs developed into branches, man, in the last couple of months. All right. Showing a little some there. And look at, there you go. You look like you're ready for Harlan with that fucking jacked ass forearm.
he's
Yeah,
got
it looks like he's ready for me, bro. Damn.
I know, bro, for real.
Yeah, I look like I'm ready for you, but I'm not.
And guys, if you're still in here, man, hit that like button, man. Help me out here. And let me show you guys the gun show.
Ooh,
Pay close attention,
My left is looking
Christopher.
tiny right now.
I can't wait to see that match. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, guys.
All right, fellas, and get over to 98. Oh yeah, guys, before we go, this Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, come over to 98 podcast over on our 98 YouTube channel. It's kind of like a laid back show. We invite everybody, we give everybody the link. You guys come just hang out. We usually got like 10, 15 people on a time. There's usually a bunch of people in the chat just talking shit. And, it's not all just arm wrestling either. It's just a bunch of homies hanging
I have
out.
to run that one. I can't stay on late because we got a tournament this weekend, the Maryland State Championships with Sean Hancock, that we're helping him run down there. So,
well, give somebody the password other than Dave, Grandpa Dave, because he's
someone will be
This
on.
Tu-
I'll
this
be on.
Tuesday, Lawless Luchadors channel will be on this Tuesday,
Oh
Usually-
yeah, it's Tuesday at what time? 6:30 p.m. Eastern
6
time.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lawless Luchador channel.
So 6 p.m. Eastern.
6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Perfect. Yeah, check that out as well. And then yeah, Friday I can't be on that late, but I'll be over in Arizona, so I'll definitely be on the podcast saying what's up to everybody. And I wanted to say, Pradeep, if you're listening still, I meant to invite you on that, man. I want you to come on too, bro. And we're trying to get everybody from all over the world. We had we had a guy from Guyana on, we had Bermuda, we had
all over.
all over Bangladesh. So we got everybody. So yeah, so come hang out on Friday night. All right, fellas, thank you for tuning in, everybody in the chat. It's always a pleasure to have all the regulars in the room. And thank you guys for coming on. Israel, always a blast.
Oh, hey, Eric.
Burglar, you bitch.
Fuck you, Eric.
No face troll.
Eric, more super chats, man. You still got a friend over here, buddy. Talk to you guys later.